Hello, from Pretty Much the Present, this is your host, Adam Graham, and we are going to bring you the first of three an Omnibus Compilation of the Landini murder mystery. This is unlike anything that we played in the 16 plus years that we've been doing this podcast. It was one mystery, but told in 39 parts, of which we had 33 available. Now, this allowed the story to really breathe and have space to get to know characters and to develop theories and to have an experience almost like countering a mystery novel. Yet, the Landini murder mystery had a big challenge in the way that we aired it on the podcast. At 2 chapters per week, it took 16 episodes to get through them all, with a couple of weeks of breaks in the middle. Many listeners found that too hard to follow. And so it occurred to me that some listeners might enjoy this more if they got more of the story and more quickly. So we will be playing all 16 episodes in compilations that will be released today, Thursday, and Friday. Now, of course, these were recorded last year, and information and offers in these episodes are not valid unless they are reflected on our Great Detectives of Old Time Radio website. Now, let's go ahead and listen to the Landini murder case. Welcome to the Great Detectives of Old Time Radio. From Boise, Idaho, this is your host, Adam Graham. In a moment, we will begin our journey through the circulating episodes of Charlie Chan. But first, I do want to encourage you, if you are enjoying the podcast, to follow us using your favorite podcast software. And I want to encourage you to check out our other podcast, including the video companion to this podcast, Public Domain Video Theater at videotheater.greatdetectives.net. You can also find us on YouTube and now on Spotify. Twice a month, we post a public domain television show. Right now, we're alternating between Mr. and Mrs. North and Dragnet. And you can find all of our podcasts at our website at greatdetectives.net. Now we're going to talk about Charlie Chan. The Honolulu police inspector was created in 1925 by author Earl Durr Biggers in his novel The House Without a Key. He was inspired by real-life Hawaiian detective Chang Apana, and was written as a benevolent hero and a counter to the more sinister Asian characters such as Fu Manchu. The character was massively popular, particularly in the second quarter of the 20th century. While only 6 novels were written before Biggers passed away in 1933, there were 44 Charlie Chan movies released between 1931 and 1949. And that's just the American films. The character also starred in a newspaper strip, as well as in several comic book features, and also still has a following to this day. There was a TV series starring J. Carrol Naish as Charlie Chan in the mid to late 50s, and a Charlie Chan animated series released in the 70s with Key Luke, who played the #1 son in so many movies, voicing Charlie Chan. There was also a TV movie and a not particularly well-received revival of Charlie Chan films in 1981, starring Peter Ustinov. I remember that the original films were favorites of my dad when I was growing up. I remember him watching the Charlie Chan marathon on AMC, which actually stands for American Movie Classics. And believe it or not, there was a time when AMC actually played classic American movies rather than zombie TV shows. My memory of this officially makes me old. But of course, with Charlie Chan's popularity in other media, the character also made his way on to radio. The first actor to play Charlie Chan was Walter Connolly. And according to the best information I can find, Connolly played Chan for 6 months in a series that launched in 1932 over NBC. All the episodes of that series are lost, and it was self-contained half-hour episodes. Charlie Chan would return to radio in the fall of 1935 and really capture what was the spirit of the 1930s, which was serialized radio, with 15-minute serialized episodes each week. Now, I do have conflicting information as to whether this particular series was aired over Mutual or was syndicated, although it should be said that in 1935, a lot of the Mutual network associations were a bit looser, so you can imagine that this series ended up playing on a lot of Mutual stations. The first serial we have in existence is the Landini murder case. This will be one of the longest stories we've ever played on the podcast. It was 39 serialized episodes long, and it's mostly intact. I say mostly because the first 6 episodes are missing. But the good thing about the Landini murder case is that it was actually based on a book. The very last Charlie Chan mystery novel by Earl der Biggers. It was called The Keeper of the Keys. The Keeper of the Keys is noteworthy. The other Charlie Chan books were adapted to film, but this is the only one that wasn't. It was released in 1932, and it was adapted to the stage in a Broadway play that starred William Harrigan as Charlie Chan. Now, when the story starts, the murder has actually happened, and so to listen to it that way, you kind of have to pick up what's happened, and you can do that, but because we do have the novel, I went ahead and read the portions of it that occurred before the murder. So I can summarize a lot about the plots and characters and things that were established in the novel. Now, it should be said that some of this may have been changed for the radio program. And it's possible that the writers of the radio serial were also influenced by the stage play written by Valentine Davies. Although the nature of playwriting and radio writing meant they had two almost opposite purposes. For Valentine Davies, he needed to condense the novel to a point where it could be performed as a play. While for the radio play, you needed to expand on what happened in the novel a little bit, as well as arrange things so that you have 38 good cliffhangers. Now, the investigation will have been in early stages by the time we get into part 7. I'm not going to summarize a whole lot about what was found in the course of the investigation, because the radio writers do a lot of rearranging of facts to fit the plot structure. For example, there are 2 events that both happen in the same chapter in the novel, but the radio writers put one event in part 7 and the other in part 14. So there's really only a couple aspects of the investigation that we'll discuss. Now, I will say that this is going to take a little while because there are a lot of characters and a lot going on. And you can skip ahead about 10 minutes and just get right into the episode and to say, I'll just figure things out as I go along. You have that option, but there's a lot going on in a lot of situations that thought it would be helpful to offer the plot summary, so here goes. The Keeper of the Keys begins with Charlie Chan on a train to California, where his place in society as a celebrated detective is established. He's in California mostly as a vacation, but also had an intriguing invite to visit a wealthy man named Dudley Ward. Ward has called an unusual dinner party where, except for Inspector Chan, all the guests have one thing in common. They were married to the same woman, the famed singer Ellen Landini. She's currently in the process of divorcing husband number 4, Luis Romano, so she can marry a young singer 15 years her junior. Ward was the first husband, and none of them really bear any acrimony towards each other. He has called the others together along with Charlie Chan because he was told that Landini had a son within a few months of leaving him and gave the son to a family to raise to spite him and hid the child's existence. Ward had hoped that maybe she'd accidentally let something slip to one of the other ex-husbands, or they'd accidentally seen something about the existence of his son, but all of them disclaim any knowledge of this child. However, their visit isn't entirely in vain because he's invited another after-dinner guest, Ellen Landini, who is over in Reno, completing the required wait in order to get her divorce from Mr. Romano. Ward determines to put the question directly to Landini to show that he's serious about this. He's reached out to the other husbands, and he's engaged the great detective Charlie Chan. He is going to pursue this, and it would just be easier for everyone and far more pleasant if she just told him where his son was. However, Landini denies that she had a child ever, and intimates that Ward had been fed false information by his maid Cecile. More on that in a minute. Ward had assumed that Landini would be in a hurry to leave. The way the book interprets Nevada law is that if Landini was outside of the state of Nevada after midnight, that her entire wait period for divorce would have to start all over again. However, Landini is perfectly fine to linger because she will be back in Nevada and has planned a dramatic exit from her ex-husband's estate by private airplane. However, that's not what happens. While the plane is making its approach at around 11 o'clock at night, Chan hears a shot, runs up to where Landini was, and finds that she has been shot. And pretty soon the whole household is there, and he begins a preliminary investigation with the intent of handing matters over to the local authorities. What he finds are a whole lot of suspects and potential suspects. Of course, there are the 4 exes. Ward had an acrimonious breakup with Landini over her decision to pursue her singing career, although he seems to be over that, and killing her would invalidate his stated purpose of finding his lost son. Husband number 2 was John Ryder, but the book, at least in the early stages before the murder occurs, doesn't tell us a whole lot about their marriage, other than it was the shortest of Landini's marriages. Before she died, Landini had sent Chan to ask Ryder to come talk to her, and Ryder declined, and the book described Ryder regarding her body coldly and without any sort of pity or feeling. Husband number 3 was Dr. Swan, whose breakup had been precipitated by Landini having an affair with her chauffeur. However, in a twist, Landini didn't get what she wanted, as the chauffeur was stolen away by a maid, and she ended up marrying Romano. The chauffeur, Michael Ireland, had come to be a charter airplane pilot and was in fact the pilot who was picking up Landini. And his wife was Cecile, the maid for Ward. What a very likely coincidence. Romano viewed himself as key to Landini's career taking off and maintaining success, as he brought discipline and structure to it that allowed her to succeed and continue to thrive and be professional. But trying to be a stern business manager and a spouse is a horrible combination, and so I'm kind of sympathetic to why Landini might have wanted to end the marriage. In a noteworthy scene where Landini meets Hugh Beaton, he asks him how many cigarettes he allows Landini to smoke. Beaton responds that how much she smokes is her own affair and that he's only interested in love. Romano responds that if Landini smokes too much, it will ruin her voice and career, and that she needs to have rules and limitations. And then, without Beaton asking for it, he goes upstairs to write down a list of rules for the young man to enforce on Landini. In addition to this, Romano had a major financial beef with Landini. She had signed a financial settlement and had failed to provide him with the required support. Part of the reason he agreed to come out and meet Ward was because Ward offered him money and he needed it desperately. Ward's longtime family servant, Ah Sing, who's been with the family since Ward was a boy, was also in the house at the time of the killing. We're told that Ah Sing is in his 70s, but as was not uncommon for many people born in the mid-19th century, he wasn't exactly sure how old he was. It's obvious that Ah Sing knows more than he's letting on, which makes him a suspect, although figuring out an exact motive is kind of hard. The other suspect is Leslie Beaton, Hugh's sister, and I feel like the surviving episodes are not clear on why she's suspected or what her motive might be, although it's hinted at. She's suspected for a couple reasons. First, a scarf belonging to her was found near Landini's body. Second, she was in a room near where the murder was committed, although she claimed to be unable to hear much because of the thickness of the walls. Her motive is referenced at one episode briefly as her thought that Landini was ruining her brother, but it was a little vague as to what that actually meant. The novel was clear. Her family grew up in poverty. She'd always seen everyone in her family struggle. Her brother cobbled together a little musical career and was maybe getting to a point where he might be able to have a break as a singer. But then along came Landini, a woman 15 years his brother's senior. She feared that Landini would ruin any chance her brother had of success. Landini had been quite clear that she was not going to offer any help to Hugh. She would be about herself and her own career. And you get the idea that Hugh would be subsumed in Landini's shadow. And not only that, because of her age, while Landini wasn't quite a has-been, career was headed for an inevitable decline. Leslie pleaded with Landini, but to no avail. She even laughed at her. And according to Dr. Swan, Leslie told him that she wished Landini were dead. It should also be noted that present in the house at the time of the murder were Jim Dinsdale, a tavern owner who was also a friend of Landini who drove her from Reno, as well as Mr. Ward's cook. However, the novel doesn't treat either of them as suspects, and it should be noted that the Broadway play actually omits them entirely. Now, while Chan was ready to hand the case off to local law enforcement, local law enforcement was not quite so ready, as it was represented in the person of young County Sheriff Don Holt. Holt was the son of the longtime sheriff who had gone blind and really never had a murder case, and is more than happy to have Chan's help in solving the case. Sheriff Holt is also immediately taken with Leslie Beaton from the very first scene they share. So now you are all caught up to speed. Here from 1935 or 1936 are episodes 7 and 8 of the Landini murder case, The Chinese Suspect and a Barking Dog.
The most delightfully fascinating character in the realms of mystery, Charlie Chan. Charlie Chan had been invited to Pineview by Dudley Ward to assist the millionaire in locating a son whom Ward had reason to believe had been born to Landini following her divorce from Ward. Inspector Chan finds an amazing gathering. Landini herself, Ryder, Romano, Dr. Swan, and Ward, all at various times having been married to Landini. The Honolulu detective finds also Hugh Beaton and his sister Leslie. And while Landini's plane is landing at Ward's landing field, a shot rings out, and Landini is found murdered. Sheriff Holt arrives, and after questioning the group, orders everyone to remain in the house. Charlie Chan retires to his room. He stands looking out the window at the snow-covered landscape, when suddenly he sees a figure leave the house. Swiftly but silently, Chan makes his way downstairs. A front door opens to his touch. He watches the figure disappear behind the shrubbery, and running silently on the snow, he skirts the bushes, spreads wide his arms, and catching the figure, stares down into the wrinkled face of Ah Sing.
Ah Sing, ta dân để go đi đi nè.
Hold on. What's the matter, you? I sing, go look and see automobile house all properly closed up. Too much work in this place. No can do.
Are you Inspector Chan?
Yes, Sheriff, it is. I'm at present busily engaged in questioning Ah Sing.
Ah Sing, eh? What are you doing out after I warned you not to leave the house?
And I suppose you're not going to leave a house. No can eat, no can sleep, no can do nothing. Every night more than 40 years, Sing he leave house. Go look see everything all lock up. Now you all the same little boy, speak to me, no can do. Suppose you ask Sing, he speak to you. Why you no go bed, sleep like another man, huh?
You forget, Ah Sing, that we are trying to solve a murder. Trying with little success, I must admit, to find who killed Madame Landini.
Oh, yeah, me forget. The missus dead. Yeah, too bad.
While believing that human brain functions more perfectly in cool climate, I find present degree of cold has numbing effects. Can we not continue this discussion inside house?
A good suggestion, Inspector. Come along, Ah Sing.
Oh, me go look and see automobile house, all lock 'em up.
You have the keys, Sing?
Oh, yeah, plenty key got.
We shall accompany you, Ah Sing.
You like to catch 'em cold? All right. Plenty snow in this place.
We shall accompany you. You lead way, please.
You have an idea?
No, but after turmoil of evening, such a thing as seeing that garage is locked seems insignificant trifle. But habits of lifetime, good or bad, are difficult to break. The wolf may lose his teeth, but his thoughts remain the same.
Then you don't have any hopes of learning anything from Ah Sing.
Who knows? Even the blind pig finds an acorn once in a while.
Yeah, the automobile house, you all fix 'em tight. Can go inside house now.
Very good, Ah Sing. We go to study.
Me go to study?
Yes, Ah Sing.
Me go to bed. Oh, now what's the matter, you? I sing get up 4 o'clock, maybe 3 o'clock, morning. Now you speak in this time, go study.
Study is a more comfortable place in which to discuss matters of import than standing out here in the snow. Please lead the way to the study.
All right. We go on the back stair, more quicker. Oh, too much work in this place, too much work.
There are 3 things, Sheriff, I want to determine before we consider this day's work finished.
And these are?
Fingerprints,
Yes.
time element.
Which time element?
I shall explain later. I see we're at the back entrance.
And let me go first and switch them on the lights.
One moment, if you please, Ah Sing. These are the back stairs to which Cecile referred when she said that she had passed Mr. Ward.
Yes, Mr. Policeman. These all the same stairs.
And you did not have to come down these stairs to fetch the blanket for Madame Landini's dog, Trouble.
No. Blanket he stay, stop, not a bloodloom.
Then you did not see Cecile.
Oh, come on in. This is number 3 time you ask me all the same question. I sing tell you all the same before. No see Cecile.
All right, Ah Sing. You may go to bed now. Good night. And thank you so much. Good
night.
You're going into the study?
Yes.
Well, you didn't seem to get much information from Ah Sing.
No? Nothing except confirmation.
Confirmation?
Yes. That Ah Sing is lying.
Oh, what do you mean?
According to Ah Sing, Madame Landini sent him for the blanket before the plane landed.
Yes, that's true.
And you remember that Ah Sing came into the room with the blanket while we were all standing around looking at Landini's body.
Yes, I see. You mean it took Ah Sing a long time to find the blankets?
Precisely. An extraordinary long time to find that blanket.
Oh, but shucks, Mr. Chan. I've known Ah Sing since I was old enough to know anyone. He never killed Landini. I'll admit he's kind of evasive, but that's his way. He's been more of a boss around here than Mr. Ward.
Yeah. What one might call a privileged servant.
That's it. I am surprised at one thing. He didn't open his heart up as much as I thought he would. He being, him and you.
You mean because we are both Chinese?
Yes.
My friend, the fishes, though deep in the water, may be hooked. The birds, though high in the air, may be shot. Man's heart only is out of our reach.
What are you doing there?
I've been examining lid of yellow on red box and lid of red on yellow box. Examining same for fingerprints.
Yes, and you found?
No fingerprints. They've been wiped clean. Come. We examined doorknob on door leading to adjoining room through which murderer must have entered.
Yes, but Inspector, lots of people may have used that door.
True, but only murderer would lock same behind him or her.
Well, there ought to be enough fingerprints on that doorknob for any police identification bureau.
Now, a little more lampblack. Applied thusly and...
What is it?
There are no prints.
But there should be.
Alas, too many people read detective stories nowadays. Everybody have fingerprint complex, no? Pleasure of tracking down criminal by means of fingerprints in this case is denied us. What are you thinking? You stand in attitude of deep meditation.
No, me? Thinking of Ah Sing. I sort of hate to admit it, but, he's the only one who doesn't have an alibi.
Like you, I have extreme distaste for admitting it, but must confess the same thought has been recurring with regularity of ticking of watch.
Just the same, I'd go kind of slow. I know it's against your number 1 rule, but I can't think that Ah Sing is guilty.
Slow, yes. He who moves slowly has ample time to read signposts. We will pay due attention to signposts.
Meaning that you won't arrest him? Ah Sing, I mean?
No, not immediately. We will be patient. And remember that in due time the mulberry leaf becomes silk.
If waiting for the mulberry leaf to become silk means waiting for Ah Sing to say something proving his guilt, I think we'll have a long wait.
While admitting that alibi for Ah Sing is lacking, I also am reminded that motive of sufficient importance is equally lacking. While I am detective, I should feel guilty of indefinable something at having to place under arrest one of my own countrymen, especially one who has served faithfully and well a gentleman like Mr. Ward and
What's wrong, Inspector? What are you staring at?
I'm staring at overturned vanity bench in the adjoining room.
Yes?
We are guilty, both of us, guilty of carelessness. Before, when we searched this room in which Miss Beaton arranged her hair and powdered her nose, what did you think of overturned vanity bench?
I naturally thought that Miss Beaton had upset it when she jumped up when she heard the shot.
Yes, naturally. Both of us thought so naturally. Naturally as opposed to scientifically. Think, Mr. Sheriff, and I'm not being humorous, I'm deadly serious. Were you to sit at dressing table arranging hair, which way would you face?
Why, toward the mirror.
And jumping in hurry at terrifying sound of shot, vanity bench would land there?
No. Oh, I see now. It wouldn't. It would lie the other way. Oh, but even so, is that important?
We are agreed that murderer gained access to study through balcony door,
Yes.
and undoubtedly murderer entered room in dark,
I'm with you.
and in crossing room in dark, murderer tripped over bench. Maybe tomorrow somebody have pretty sore knee.
I hope so. Even if infection sets in, it'll be all right with me.
Listen,
I thought I heard something a moment ago.
in the hallway. Somebody hurt.
Oh, no, can do. No, can do.
What has happened here?
He's been struck down, beaten.
Ah, Singh. Who has done this thing to you? Who attacked you?
Oh, no, can tell. No, can see.
Switch on live, Sheriff.
Doing it, Inspector.
Oh. All bedroom doors closed.
Perhaps we'd better waken Mr. Ward.
Yes, it is better, I think, that he know of this.
Yes. What is it?
Will you be pleased to come into hall, Mr. Ward?
Yes, right away.
Feel better now, Singh?
Oh, let them all light.
Good heavens. Who did this? What happened?
We find your servant almost unconscious and blow in the face.
A blow? Why, who
What's the matter, you boss? You crazy? You walking around and no bathrobe, no slipper? You catch 'em cold. Die, maybe.
Never mind that. Who hit you, Singh?
Oh, how me know? Plenty big man. No can see. No light in a hole.
What were you doing here?
Me doing? Oh, they say me all the time you work. Look and see flyers. Oh, too much you work in this place.
Well, run along to bed, Singh. You'll be all right now.
Yes, Singh, old man should not consort with ruffians. You had better go to bed too, Mr. Ward, or you will catch cold.
I suppose so. Well, good night.
Good night.
Did you see Ah Singh? See him as he walked down the passageway?
Yes, walking with limp, a decidedly bad limp. But whether from so recent attack or falling over vanity bench, who can say?
It is morning. Lake Tahoe sparkles under the rising sun. The gloominess of the night before is somewhat dispelled with the coming of day. And as far as Don Holt is concerned, more dispelled as he walks out to the sun porch and finds Leslie Beaton already at breakfast.
Good morning, Miss Beaton.
Oh, good morning, Sheriff. Are you going to share breakfast with me here on the sun porch, or are you going to breakfast with the others?
Can't think of anything nicer than having breakfast with you, no matter where.
A very pretty speech, Sheriff, but hardly to be used to one under suspicion of murder.
Oh, shucks, Miss Beaton, don't let that worry you. Anyway, I don't believe you're guilty.
Better not let Inspector Chan hear you talking this way.
I don't believe the inspector believes any different. Pretty nice fellow, Inspector Chan is, and smart. Don't worry, he'll find the murderer all right.
I'd like to thank you for what you did for me last night.
Well, anything I can do. That is, it isn't too much out of line on the job of sheriff. Ah, there's Inspector Chan.
Good morning, Inspector.
Good morning. May I be permitted to remark, Miss Beaton, that you look very lovely this morning.
Oh, thank you, Inspector. I did think for a while that I was going to have to appear in an evening gown, but Cecile helped me out. Not at all a bad fit, do you think?
Opinion expressed by me on question of feminine fashions would be as useful as telescope in hands of blind man. However, we'll admit that it looks, in my humble opinion, leave nothing to be desired.
Well, what's the order of the day, Inspector?
First, there are certain questions I desire to ask of Cecile.
You won't have to wait long for Cecile. She's bringing me some French toast for breakfast.
Excellent. Then I fear we shall have the unpleasant interview with Mr. Ryder. After that, we shall proceed to question Cook before putting little dog trouble on plane of Madame Landini.
I don't get the idea of the dog at all, Inspector. I guess it's all right.
My plan is at present no more than guess, but if I am not mistaken, we shall have taken big stride over a difficult place in our upward climb.
Here's Cecile.
Good morning, Cecile.
Good morning, Monsieur Inspector.
Cecile, I wish to ask you one or two questions.
But of course, Monsieur Inspector, that is to be expected.
The night of the murder, when last I saw you, Madame Landini had just asked you to fetch a blanket for her dog.
Your pardon, Monsieur. That one, Landini, never asked one single thing. She always ordered. And me? Me, Monsieur, I frankly refuse to get that blanket.
Yes, right so, Cecile. And so you asked Arsene to fetch blanket?
Your pardon again, Monsieur, but I did not see Arsene. I went to the kitchen and stayed there till I heard the shot.
The cook was there all that time? The entire time?
But yes, Monsieur Inspector, all of the time.
Then the cook could not possibly have killed Madame Landini.
C'est impossible, Monsieur. C'est ridiculous. The cook, she could not have killed Madame any more than I can.
Oh, thank you so much. That is all, Cecile.
Monsieur will have breakfast? Arsene, he has injured leg, so this morning I am help with the breakfast.
Ah, yes. Arsene. Breakfast, Cecile, yes. I shall partake of one glass of orange juice when I go to the kitchen to interview Cook. Man of my ample proportions must sacrifice likes on the altar of health, you know.
And you, Monsieur Sherry, only orange juice?
Oh, I should say not. I'll have ham and egg and an orange juice. I've got a hard day ahead of me.
Eh bien, Monsieur. Oh, the eggs, you like them one way or two ways cooked?
One way. Oh, I see. Yes, turn them over. 2 ways.
Eh bien, Monsieur.
I see Mr. Ryder. I wish to ask him a few questions.
Want me with you, Inspector?
No, for a few minutes. Join us in study after breakfast.
Okay, Inspector.
Good morning, Mr. Ryder.
Good morning, Chan.
Mr. Ryder, may I ask you to step upstairs to study for a few moments?
Well, now, really, Chan, don't you think this question and answer business has gone far enough?
You are suggesting that we consider the matter of Madame Landini's murder closed and, like snap of fingers, permit murderer to escape?
No, certainly not. But the properly constituted authorities can take care of everything very nicely. Not, of course, that I deny your ability or anything.
Mr. Halt? So sorry to disturb breakfast. Mr. Ryder declines to be questioned without the presence of duly authorized persons.
Now listen here.
Enough, please. Go to the study.
And supposing I refuse?
The entire affair is out of my hands. Proper procedure, I believe, by properly constituted authority, would be to arrest you as material witness.
You wouldn't dare.
Sorry, Mr. Ryder, but that's where you're wrong. I'm not hankering after arresting anybody, but if I have to, I have to. That's all.
You see, Mr. Ryder, no matter how hard the snake may try to swallow itself, the tail will always stick in the throat. The conversational circle which we have just completed has taken longer than the questioning to which you object. But here we are, studying.
Well, then, out with it. What do you want to know now?
Mr. Ryder, you definitely stated last night that you were not in study until after Landini's death?
And I still say so. And you can't prove otherwise.
Mr. Ryder, here on desk is part of burned letter. Also, envelope. Same were retrieved from fireplace. Sheriff will tell you to whom same was addressed.
The letter is addressed to Mr. John Ryder. Urgent, private, in a bold hand, but it doesn't look like a man's handwriting.
Mr. Ryder will tell you whose writing it is.
It is. Yes, it's Ellen Landini's.
Correct. Addressed to you as private and urgent. Torn open, letter removed. Who would do that, Mr. Ryder?
How should I know?
Not many in this house. No gentleman. Surely no lady. Such would not tear open letter of another. No, Mr. Ryder. It appears to me that there is only one person who would open that letter.
Who?
Yourself.
A natural inference, perhaps. However, if you were correct, which you are not, what of it? Don't forget that I was standing with you when Landini was killed.
That, Mr. Ryder, is what I am beginning to doubt. That is all just now. Thank you so much. Come, Sheriff. We will indulge in a few pleasantries with Cook. I'm certain if her cooking is a gauge, that she will be a more pleasant person to interrogate.
Really, Inspector, do you think that letter is so very important?
I can only surmise. I think said letter is as important in matter of links in chain of evidence as fatal bullet or little dog trouble.
You've got me completely buffaloed with this dog trouble business. I don't see where on earth the dog can have any bearing on clearing up this mystery.
You have heard the expression, the dog knows when his master is sick?
Yes, I think I have. Anyway, I know it's true.
We shall in a few minutes test again the truth of that statement. And, there's the cook.
Oh, Mrs. O'Farrell, I'm Don Hope, sheriff of the county, and this is Inspector Chan of the Honolulu Police.
Oh, Honolulu, eh? Sure got here quick.
Honest, if I may say so. Last evening I had pleasure of sampling your cooking, and I bow to you in humble congratulations.
You talk real nice.
Sterner topics now engage us. You know, of course, what happened?
That I do. Murder, and I don't hold with it.
Well, none of us hold with it. Tell me, you were here when Madame Landini's plane approached?
And that I was. A dinner like last night's no joke. What with our thing out and in like a will-o'-the-wisp, and the little dog there a-crying and a-whimpering with fear and fright.
Frightened, was he?
Yes, that he was. But no more than I was after I heard of the murder. I'll no rest in me bed till the fiend be caught. He'll move as fast as you can, I hope.
We must collect at leisure what we may use in haste. The fool only in a hurry drinks his tea with a fork. And Cecile, she was here?
Yes, standing there in the back stairs, waiting for something.
And this is the little dog, asleep, for little trouble.
Yes, him lying there so quiet and peaceful like, not knowing that his mistress is gone.
What's that?
Mrs. Island, the pilot, is warming up Landini's plane. I told him he was to go to Reno. Look, Sheriff.
What?
Trouble, the dog, wagging his tail. Overjoyed, the sound of the plane. Overjoyed at the idea of an aeroplane trip.
Faith, that's different from the way he was acting last night.
Yes, Trouble is not afraid to go in planes. Truly was it said, the dog knows when the master is ill.
What on earth do you mean?
The reason Trouble was fearful and frightened when the plane was over the house last night was not because he was frightened by planes, but because he knew that his mistress was already dead.
But the shot you heard.
The shot we heard was not the shot which killed Landini. Landini was already dead.
Well, that places a different complexion on the whole case. If the shot the group heard was not the fatal shot, then all are under suspicion again. The case is wide open. After you have heard from your sponsor, Inspector Chan will be with us again. Well, Mr. Chan, what treat you have in store for us tonight?
I have been thinking a great deal about the little dog Trouble. You see, Mr. Wilson, dumb animals have great gifts of nature. Instinctively, they know their friend. It has been well said that man, though kind of feature, open-handed in generosity, and voluble with good words, is to be avoided, the same is shunned by dogs.
So that sometimes dogs may be better judges of human beings than men, huh?
Very often that is the case, Mr. Wilson.
Thank you, Inspector Chan. And good night.
Good night, Mr. Wilson.
Welcome back. An interesting entrance to the story. I do feel like, while it'd be nice to have the full story, honestly, I don't feel like we've missed anything vital. Likely there would have been an episode or so establishing the characters, and then the murder would have occurred. But the big theory the killer wanted us to believe is essentially smashed at the end of episode 8, sending the case back to square one. This is very much like in the old days if you tuned into a mystery movie 20 minutes in. You're gonna catch it up. Plus, you get the idea that there are a lot of suspects, and this is going to be complicated regardless. So I feel like this is going to be fine. It was interesting to have Charlie Chan playing a bit of hardball with the one witness who was balking at cooperating with him. In many of these sort of cases, there's not often given a good reason why people should cooperate with Poirot or someone who doesn't have official standing. And Chan's like, if you don't want to answer my questions, that's fine. Go the official route. You'll get booked as a material witness. You could just stay here and relax and enjoy the mansion in between questioning. But if you'd rather go down to lockup, the sheriff can arrange that for you. I also felt that this really had a 1930s movie feel. And that was really helped by the sheriff's voice. He just really sounds like he stepped out of a 30s movie, which I don't think we've gotten that sense with any of the 30 series we've played. Maybe because those series have not been based in New York, and we haven't had a lot of them. We've had Airmail Mystery, a few episodes of Sherlock Holmes, and some Mercury Theater. So not a whole lot of radio from Hollywood. But this feeling like a movie, it's a very different experience. Now, if you did not recognize the voice of the announcer, the Mr. Wilson that Inspector Chan references is, in fact, Don Wilson, who is probably best known for being the announcer for the Jack Benny radio program. So a bit of a treat that way. All right, well, now it's time to thank our Patreon supporter of the day. Thank you to Kathy, Patreon supporter since February of 2024, currently supporting the podcast at the Shamus level of $4 or more per month. Thanks so much for your support, Kathy, and that will actually do it for today. If you're enjoying the podcast, please follow us using your favorite podcast software. And if you're enjoying the podcast on YouTube, be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and mark the notification bell. All those great things that help YouTube channels to grow. We will be back next Tuesday with the next installment in Charlie Chan, but join us back here tomorrow for Broadway's My Beat, where
2 days ago I stole $20,000.
And you're giving yourself up to me.
Well, it was for my wife. You understand that, don't you?
Just that you stole $20,000, that's all.
Yes, well, here's Marcia's photograph. That's my wife's photograph.
Yes?
She's going on 42. No, she is going on 43 now. Not very attractive anymore, I know that. She looks like what she is. After 20 years of me, bank teller.
You stole the money from the bank?
Well, I stole $20,000 from the Charles Street National Bank where I work because I was told I could have Marcia back for that amount of money.
Are you trying to tell me that Marcia was kidnapped?
Yeah, but don't you see?
All right, go on.
Well, I came home yesterday, and Marcia wasn't there. About 9 o'clock, I got a phone call. A man said Marcia wouldn't be hurt if I brought the money. Then he put Marcia on the phone. And she was being brave, I know, but I could tell she was frightened, terrified. She pleaded with me.
Whenever you can talk, Mr. Dean.
I can talk? A man has a right to feel about his wife. The man said to bring the money, go to that summer resort, Far Rockaway, register at the Idlewild Arms, put the money in the bottom bureau drawer and leave. But I did it, and they lied to me. Marcia hasn't come home. They've done something to her.
I hope you'll be with us then. In a moment, we're going to bring you this week's episodes of Charlie Chan, but I do want to encourage you, if you're enjoying the podcast, to please follow us using your favorite podcast software. I also want to encourage you to check out our other podcast, and I'm highlighting the Old Time Radio Snack Wagon. The Snack Wagon is a great podcast for snackable bits of old time radio. If you're driving somewhere, to a doctor's office, or taking a trip into the grocery store and want to experience some interesting aspect of the golden age of radio, you'll enjoy the Old Time Radio Snack Wagon. Each week we serve up a little sample size, whether it's from a complete short program or an excerpt of a longer program. It's a great little sampling from the golden age of radio. You can check it out at snackwagon.net or wherever you get your podcast. Now, from 1935 or 36, here is episodes 9 and 10 of the Landini murder case, the Premature Corpse, and Too Many Suspects.
The most delightfully fascinating character in the realms of mystery, Charlie Chan. Charlie Chan is engaged in one of the most baffling murder mysteries of his long career. At Pine View, near beautiful Lake Tahoe, Landini, the noted opera singer, has been murdered. Of clues, there are none. Of motives, plenty. Ward, owner of Pine View, Ryder, Swan, and Romano, all at various times married to Landini, hated her. Leslie Beaton, too, hated Landini because the singer had attached herself to Leslie's brother, Hugh, a promising young singer. The greatest advance made in arriving at a solution is the discovery that the shot heard by all was not the shot which killed Landini. And while the doctor is examining the body, Chan and Sheriff Holt are in a bedroom discussing their discovery.
I deeply regret to say, Sheriff, that our investigations to this moment are about equivalent to opening of empty sacks.
But, Inspector, don't you think we might be jumping to conclusions?
No, my young friend. We have been jumping to conclusions. Now we are finished. From now on, we become scientific. Much as I dislike terms.
You're absolutely satisfied that the shot they and you heard is not the shot that killed Landini?
Even the certainty that at the end of road we shall lie with the bones of our forefathers is not more certain. Observe, Miss Beaton is sitting in Mr. Ward's room. Shot is drowned by noise of Landini's plane over house. Murderer leaves study by balcony door, locks same behind him or her, and makes escape by room formerly used by Madame Landini.
But, Inspector, he couldn't.
Or she. Do not dismiss possibility of she.
All right. He or she couldn't do that without being seen by Leslie. Miss Beaton, as she left Mr. Ward's room.
Precisely.
So that Leslie...
You must either accept my theory that at time shot was heard, Landini was already dead, or else accept fact that Miss Beaton either is murderous or lies.
And I can't believe that girl would do either.
Permit me to say, my young friend, that in this case I am fully prepared to eliminate my own number one rule. I do not believe that she did.
Doggone it, Inspector. You can't know how good it makes me feel to hear you say that.
But I do. I am fully understanding of rapid growth of affection on your part for a lovely lady. It would cause me much suffering and pain to be placed in distasteful position of having to arrest Miss Beaton or Ah Sing. When person like Ah Sing has served honorably and long, family like Mr. Ward, placing of handcuffs on same is heartbreaking duty.
Yeah, I know how you feel, Inspector. Dad's told me more than once about some arrest he's made.
However, our problem is more than that. Do not forget that if we do not solve mystery, other police will come. And if findings are same as ours, which is necessarily so, then Miss Beaton's arrest is inevitable result.
Yeah, I know. I've been thinking about that, and it worries me.
So you see, we have double incentive to solve murder. First, to catch criminal. Second, to do so rapidly to save Miss Beaton torture of arrest and possible trial.
One thing sticks in my mind, Inspector.
Yes.
No one heard a cry, no quarrel, no sound of a scuffle. Now, Landini must have been killed almost without her having known it.
You are forgetting Madame Landini was shot from in front. Could not possibly have been killed without seeing murderer. Mm-hmm. No, I humbly submit different idea.
Shoot, I'm listening.
Mr. Ward insists that Madame Landini could not possibly be in fear of bodily harm. Assume, if you please, that is so. Then murderer, being totally unsuspected by victim, could approach quite closely, and murder would be committed without outcry, words, or struggle.
Yeah, that's true, all right.
Unfortunately, yes. Face a false friend will not betray innermost workings of heart any more than inexperienced eye of novice can detect the brass beneath the gold.
But there's one thing not accounted for in your theory.
There are probably many things not accounted for in my theory. One of them brought to light will indeed be welcome assistance.
Well, if, as you say, Madame Landini would not be likely to suspect the murderer, how come the murderer was able to use Landini's own gun?
How did the murderer use Landini's own gun? Sheriff, you have administered to this blundering Honolulu detective well-deserved reproof. In the words of a young son, of which I have many, one at present attending University of Hawaii, he would say, "You have said mouthful." There comes the doctor. He should have finished examination of body by now. We will go to study and investigate that statement you have just made, which is somewhat in nature of proverbial bombshell. There is our host, Mr. Ward. You were looking for us, Mr. Ward?
Yes, I was. The doctor has finished his examination. He asked if he could talk to you.
We were on the way to study at this precise moment.
Tell me, Inspector, are you any nearer a solution?
So sorry, Mr. Ward, but if truth were known, we are farther from solution.
Well, I'm afraid I don't quite understand you.
In privacy of study, I shall explain. I note Cecile are singing passage. Better for a moment that this remain our secret.
Oh, hello there, Doc. Finished?
Yes. Do come in, please. Well, I've made an examination, although the coroner will, of course, want to make another. Poor Landini. I knew her as a young bride in this house, and she comes back to it to die. Oh, well. The bullet gentleman entered about 4 inches below the shoulder and pursued a downward course. Perhaps the person who fired stood over her. Perhaps she was on her knees.
On her knees. But what on earth would Ellen be doing on her knees?
Answer to that question, Mr. Ward, or any other array of puzzling questions, might be solution we so ardently seek. Tell me, Doctor, was death, in your opinion, instantaneous, or could lady have taken a step or two after being wounded?
Well, I can tell you that better after we've probed for the bullet. All I can say is, there is a chance that she did move after the shot.
I understand, Doctor. Thank you so much.
Goodbye, Doc. See you later.
Yes, Don. Bye, Mr. Ward.
Goodbye, Doctor.
Mr. Ward, we, Sheriff and I, have made somewhat significant discovery.
Yes?
Shot which we heard is not shot which killed Madame Landini.
What?
Sorry, but that seems to be case. Must now revise our findings.
But I fail to grasp the situation. If the shot we
That
heard...
shot, Mr. Ward, was fired to mislead everyone as to the time the murder was committed.
Precisely. Now we find ourselves in position of having to question everybody as to activities previous to sound of shot. Be so good as to ask Miss Beaton, also Cecile, to step into study.
Certainly.
Observe, if you please, Mr. Holt, any hesitancy of either Miss Beaton or Cecile in answering very simple questions that I shall ask.
I'll watch, Inspector.
We are dealing with very short interval of time. Time taken by me, in fact, to walk from this room to Mr. Ryder's room, and until arrival of plane, possibly 4 minutes, not more. Come in, please.
Miss Beaton and Cecile.
Cecile, Madame Landini sent you for a blanket for a little dog trouble. You went to backstairs, past Mr. Ward. How long before you heard shot?
Monsieur Inspector, let me think. Perhaps, but yes, 5 minutes, perhaps.
It took you 5 minutes to go from here? Oh, surely not.
No, monsieur, I stood on the back stairs listening to my husband make fool of himself in that plane. He, make big show for Landini.
Miss Beaton, did you see Cecile pass the door to the room in which you were seated before a mirror?
Yes, Mr. Chan.
She did not return?
I did not see her.
Miss Beaton, answer this question, please, very carefully. Did you see anyone else pass the door to that room immediately previous to hearing of shot?
Must I answer that, Inspector?
I'm sorry, Miss Beaton, but you must.
Monsieur,
Yes, Cecile?
Nothing, Monsieur Inspector.
Miss Beaton?
Yes, Inspector. I did see someone leave the room.
Before or after Cecile?
Afterwards.
Who? If I may press the question.
Mr. Ward.
Oh, you must be mistaken, Miss Beaton. I left before Cecile. Mr. Chan himself knows that.
Please, Mr. Ward.
Thank you, Inspector. I had not finished. I saw Mr. Ward, Mr. Romano, and Dr. Swan all leave the room after Cecile.
Thank you so much. Sit down, Miss Beaton, please.
Yes, here in this chair.
Thank you.
Your statement, Miss Beaton, if I may say so without reflection on your veracity, is most extraordinary. You say that immediately previous to firing of shot, you saw Mr. Ward, Mr. Romano, and Dr. Swan all leave study.
That's correct, Inspector Chan.
Then, if you remember, in what order Who was first?
Oh, please, Inspector. Must I answer these questions?
So sorry, but Sheriff and I, must insist.
Half a minute, Inspector. Tell me, Miss Beaton, what's the trouble? I know you're upset. That's natural. But now you look frightened. Don't you think so, Chan?
Indeed, I do. If little lady feels like confiding in us, I'm sure that what she says will be held in confidence. Always provided it does not materially alter case.
You're right. I am afraid. Dreadfully afraid.
Of what, dear lady? Afraid of what?
You ask me that. Here we are, living in this gloomy house, virtually locked up. Until a few minutes ago, a body lying in this very room. Somewhere in this same house, a murderer. One of us. A killer who killed for no reason that you've been able to discover.
But, my dear, Leslie, Miss Beaton, you really don't want to feel this way.
I can't help it. I can't rest. I was in the next room, remember that. And the murderer, whoever he is, knows that. I must have seen the murderer leave. And the murderer knows that, too. You, both of you, have me here questioning me. The murderer knows that. If he thinks for a moment that I have disclosed anything that will lead to his discovery, do you think that he'll spare me? No, he won't. He'll kill me as he killed Landini. And you both know it.
So sorry, Miss Beaton, that you should have endured this mental anguish. Must plead guilty to not having thought of your extremely dangerous position. I fear that you have justification for your alarm.
You're doggone right she has, Inspector. The fellow who killed Landini won't draw the line at killing anyone who is likely to know too much.
And don't forget, my scarf in the dead woman's hands, my brooch beside her body. I don't want to be unjust, but I can't help but feel that someone put them there to implicate me.
You have every justification for these thoughts, Miss Beaton. Will you listen to suggestion from me, proffered in all humility?
Certainly, Mr. Chan.
It is no false truth to say that solitude is good for the soul. Acidity is offspring of solitude, and I humbly suggest that you retire to your own rooms, perhaps to read. I have some books, and they are yours, and you are welcome.
Both of you are so kind.
Even policeman underneath gold badge has heart with speech. Do as I suggest. Sheriff will gladly accompany you to your room while I question Ah Sing, who is listening outside door.
What's that?
Yes, Ah Sing. Send him in, please, while you take little lady to room.
Thank you, Mr. Chan, for being so understanding.
That, Miss Beaton, is my pleasure. Well, Ah Sing, what were you doing?
Maybe minding my own business.
Listen to me. This is murder case. You answer question number 1 time, or sheriff lock you in big jail.
Danny Horty? Him lock me up? Him all the same a little boy.
Little boy represent law. You understand? Tangi assassin de no gada. This is very serious, I think. You understand? You last person to see Madame Landini alive?
No, me understand. No can help.
Sing, you are holding something back. Not telling all you know.
Oh, you're all the same crazy. Me telling you everything.
Sing.
Uh-huh.
I want you to see these 2 cigarette boxes. The one...
me look and see.
They've been changed. Lids are on proper boxes.
Sure. Me change it. Me find them.
You were told to leave things as they were.
Oh, I suppose that you no like it, me change it back.
No, Sing, there's no need now. That is all. Please send Mr. Ryder to see me. And, Sheriff, if you will be so kind.
Yeah.
So, I see he changed lids on box. What is matter that I cannot grasp? What is that something which my friend Inspector Duff of Scotland Yard would call essential clue? Where is missing link? What is meaning of pink scarf in dead woman's hand? What is meaning of red lid on yellow box? Oh, come in, Sheriff. You find me talking to self, searching for a reason of failure.
We've got to get this thing cleared up. For her, for Miss Beaton's sake. And for both our reputations.
Reputation is not even secondary consideration. Wise man makes difficulty to be overcome first business. Success is only following consideration. Did you meet Ah Sing?
No, why?
Observe, if you please, cigarette boxes.
Lid's back on the proper boxes.
Yes. Ah Sing blandly admits he made change.
And for what reason?
I did not press for answer. It would be useless to question Ah Sing in present mood. Ah Sing is lying. Alas, too many people besides murder are lying.
You mean someone is trying to cover up? Trying to help the murderer?
Impossible at present moment to say. Possibly that someone thinks someone else murderer.
I get you. Young Beaton thinking his sister did it. Leslie, Miss Beaton thinking her brother did. Swan trying to throw the blame on Miss Beaton. And then Cecile hating Landini because she was making up to her husband. Cecile has as good a motive as any of the others.
That, my dear Sheriff, we do not know. We are only guessing, which, as I said, is expensive habit. So far, nothing connects Cecile with murder, and yet, as you say, she is possible selection. Note, if you please, peculiar situation. Perhaps not peculiar to you, but to me. Up to this moment, unheard of, 5 people not accounted for time of murder, and of 5, no one offers alibi.
By the way, we didn't ask Miss Beaton about the order in which we saw Ward, Romano, and Swan leave the study.
It is immaterial at this moment. So far, we have failed to approach any more closely murderer.
Yes, I agree.
But person who fired misleading shot, what of him or her?
I see what you mean. The person who fired that second shot is also the murderer.
Either the murderer or the accomplice.
Accomplice? I hadn't thought of that.
I am thinking of saying that secret shared by 2 people is no longer secret. Perhaps while we may face possibility of matching our minds against 2 brains instead of 1, we also have on our side greater opportunity to observe differences in stories. Be pleased to come in. Oh, Mr. Ryder.
Yes, Chan. Another inquisition, I suppose.
Inquisition is a very harsh word, Mr. Ryder.
No more harsh than your high-handed treatment in keeping us here. Me, for instance. You were with me when the shot was heard. I couldn't possibly be guilty.
Quite so, Mr. Ryder. And being so certain that blame cannot attach itself to you, why do you continue in disagreeable manner to refuse to benefit us with your assistance?
I'm no stool pigeon. Let the police find their own criminals.
I have, to a certain extent in past, overlooked your attitude, Mr. Ryder.
Naturally, since you were with me when the crime was committed, and so you couldn't possibly browbeat me into any semblance of fear.
So sorry, Mr. Ryder, that you placed that interpretation on my efforts, solving brutal murder. But now, situation has changed. You have no more alibi than anyone else.
What? What's that?
Since you so much desire to always have things said by properly constituted authorities, I will ask Mr. Sheriff to explain.
You see, Mr. Ryder, the shot we heard didn't kill Landini.
No? I suppose there was more than one shot.
There was. Landini was already dead when the shot you heard was fired. She was killed possibly 4 minutes before you heard the shot.
And she was killed very probably standing on balcony outside window. You were looking out other window at time of approach of aeroplane, noise of which covered up shot. Who did you see?
I refuse to say.
But you admit that you saw someone?
I admit nothing.
Mr. Ryder, if you persist in this attitude, I'm sorry, but I'll have to arrest you.
Very well. If you will have it, you will. I saw...
Yes, Mr. Ryder. We are waiting.
I saw Miss Beaton.
Again, suspicion is directed against pretty Leslie Beaton. But from the look on Don Holt's face, we gather that he believes that it is only Ryder's effort to divert suspicion from himself. After you have listened to your sponsor's message, Inspector Chan will be with us again with another of his quaint philosophical sayings. Mr. Chan, you said something about success being only secondary to the difficulty to be overcome. Can you enlarge upon that?
Delighted, Mr. Wilson. Luck and opportunity alone are not the foundation of success. Success is child born of hard work and comes to man who works calmly and well and knows for what he's working.
Thank you, Inspector Chan, and good night.
It has been an honor, Mr. Wilson. Good night.
Welcome back. I have to give this to Ah Sing. It takes nerve to be listening at the door and respond to questioning about your actions with minding my own business. By definition, you're not. Overall, I think the series is doing a good job of going through that investigative process and really getting a feel for the witnesses. A lot of mysteries don't spend a whole lot of time on it, but certainly the serial format gives it the space it needs to develop. Now, it should be noted that on various websites where you'll find these episodes, there are dates attached, but there's just no reason to believe them to be correct. The assumption of those dates is that this serial was airing weekly, and at the pace of this story, I don't think that would work. I found another website saying that these were aired daily, suggesting lost episodes in between the ones we have, but that doesn't appear to be the case either. I did find, reviewing newspapers, an announcement for the series to air 3 times a week. Now, in terms of dating the series, actually after last week, I was able to narrow it down just a little bit. I found an Australian newspaper listing for the Landini murder case, and this was before the time when Australia tamped down and required that radio serials being broadcast in Australia had to be made using Australian actors. At a later point, what would have happened would have been that an Australian syndicator would have purchased the scripts and re-recorded them with Australian actors. That was not happening in 1936. If you were an American radio syndication company, why not sell the same story in Australia? That happened with the Airmail mystery as well as its sequel series. The serial actually concluded airing in Australia in 1936. In June, there's not really a way to say when it started in the United States, but it's safe to say that it would have been airing in the U.S. at the same time or earlier than it was in Australia. So, now, one other note, I want to talk a little bit about the actor who plays Charlie Chan, Walter Connolly. Connolly was one of those actors who spent most of his acting career on stage before making a mark in Hollywood. His career in films only lasted 7 years, but he left a definite impression. His most well-known role was as the father of Claudette Colbert's character in the classic screwball comedy It Happened One Night. If you watch that film, you have an idea of a lot of the sort of roles that Connolly did. Though Connolly did also play other parts. He was in an adaptation of Huckleberry Finn. He also played a couple of detectives. He was in the very first Father Brown movie in the lead in Father Brown Detective in 1934, and he also took over the role from Edward Arnold of Nero Wolfe in League of Frightened Men. And he had played Father Brown before he played Charlie Chan, so who knows, that might have actually factored into him getting the part of Inspector Chan. Well, now it's time to thank our Patreon supporter of the day, and I want to go ahead and thank Sheila. Sheila's been one of our Patreon supporters since February 2020, currently supporting the podcast at the Detective Sergeant level of $7.14 or more per month. Thank you so much for your support, Sheila, and that will do it for today. If you're enjoying the podcast, do follow us using your favorite podcast software. And if you're enjoying the podcast on YouTube, be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and mark the notification bell. We'll be back next Tuesday with another installment in this Charlie Chan serial. But join us back here tomorrow for Broadway's My Beat, where
I release her.
See? He did it again, Mr. Clover. He's been doing that for an hour or so, and she won't come out of it. Some of the bears who've been studying hypnotism tried it, too, but still she won't come out of it.
Because she is not hypnotized. She is dead. Any fool can see that. Did you not see it, too? You, from the police?
Yeah, I'd say poisoned. The color of her lips, the blue tinge. Wait. Her eyes, I'd say poisoned. Wouldn't you, Marvin?
How the girl dies is beyond my realm.
Who is she?
Huh? Oh, I have her name here on my list. Just a moment, please. Here it is. This one is Jane Arnold. Check, Jane Arnold. The other entertainers were...
Give me that list, Mr. Rover.
Oh, of course.
How long have you been working with the girl, Marvin?
2 years, maybe 3.
You knew her well, then?
Only as a girl I hired to give femininity to my act. I only knew her well enough to call her on the telephone and tell her I had a job for her.
Someone wanted her dead. Who would that be?
Beyond my realm.
One moment, please. I'm thinking.
Huh?
I'm thinking. I've got it.
What?
The murderer.
Tell me, too, Mr. Rover.
You say she was...
I hope you'll be with us then. In a moment, we're going to bring you this week's episode of Charlie Chan. But first, if you are enjoying this podcast, I want to encourage you to follow us using your favorite podcast software. And I also want to let you know about one of our other podcasts, the Old Time Radio Snack Wagon. It's a weekly snack-sized podcast featuring relatively short programs, either self-contained or clips from longer programs. We've had some interesting things this year, including a program that actually featured the voice of George Washington Carver. It's a great celebration of all sorts of old-time radio that's out there. You can check it out at snackwagon.net. That's snackwagon.net or wherever you get your podcast. Well, now we're going back to 1935 or 1936 for episodes 10 and 11, Too Many Lies and Jealousy.
The most delightfully fascinating character in the realms of mystery, Charlie Chan. At Pine View, near Lake Tahoe, Charlie Chan is endeavoring to find out who killed Landini, the noted opera singer. Suspicion falls equally on Ward, the owner of Pine View, Romano, Swan, and Ryder, all at different times married to Landini. Pretty Leslie Beaton, to whose brother, Hugh, Landini had been engaged, also is suspected when her scarf is found in the dead woman's hands. And now, Ryder, under questioning, adds to the suspicion by stating that he saw Leslie Beaton standing on the balcony a few seconds before Landini was killed.
You must be mistaken, Mr. Ryder.
I'm sorry, Mr. Holt, but I'm not mistaken. Perhaps Miss Beaton has omitted to tell you of the incident, but I don't think she'll deny it when you tax her.
Which, of course, Mr. Ryder, we shall do. But of Miss Beaton later. Present moment, we deal with you. What else did you see as you looked from window?
Well, besides Landini standing on the balcony and Miss Beaton on the balcony, nothing.
You saw airplane with wonder pilot Mr. Ireland at control, same as I did when looking from window?
Well, naturally. But you were there at that particular moment.
Did you see Landini waving to Ireland?
Yes, I did, of course. Is that important?
Perhaps. What was she waving with? Her hand, her hat, or what?
Now that you mention it, I believe it was something like a large silk handkerchief. Well, that's only a guess, of course.
But it might have been a scarf?
Yes. A silk or, what do you call them? Chiffon, a chiffon scarf.
Ah, its color, Mr. Ryder? Its color, please. That is so important.
I realize its importance as well as you do, since Miss Beaton's pink scarf was found in Landini's hand. I can't tell. Anything I might say about its color would be pure guesswork.
So sorry you did not see color. It would have been most important clue. Now then, Mr. Ryder, you left window. Did you by any chance look out into passageway?
Not exactly. But of course you left the door open, and I did see...
Yes, proceed. We wait anxiously result of my having carelessly left door open.
I saw Dr. Swan standing looking into the study. And he turned and went down the stairs.
You couldn't tell whether or not he had actually been in the study.
No, I couldn't tell that. I had no particular reason to even think about his being there. It was perfectly natural. He was looking into the study, then he turned and went down to the living room.
Then you saw Mr. Ward come along passageway and join us in room just before we heard shot?
No. No, I didn't. I turned to look out the window again when Ireland went into that final loop before he landed. The next thing I remember was Dudley Ward saying that Ireland's a clever flyer, all right.
Quite so. From that moment on, I believe we're equally aware of what took place, Mr. Ryder. Thank you so very much indeed for your cooperation. You have corroborated in part rather extraordinary claim of Miss Beaton. Will you be so good as to remain while we question young lady about her omission to tell us she was on balcony?
Well, I don't see why I should be made to face her.
You're not being made to face her, but I, for one, would prefer it.
Well, then, I suppose so. If you have any real reason.
I have very definite reason. Mr. Holt, will you ask Miss Beaton to come in, please?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Thank you so much. Mr. Ryder, you are hiding something.
See here, Chan. Are you implying that I'm lying?
No, Mr. Ryder. Since you are not upon oath to tell whole truth and nothing but truth. But you are not telling everything.
Well, have it your own way, Chan. I've said all I'm going to say.
In little boy attending school, refusal to tell on companion is laudable trait of character. But in man asking questions about murder of fellow human, said refusal is anything but laudable.
In spite of your eloquent plea, Chan, I have nothing to add.
Sit down, Miss Beaton, please. So sorry to have to disturb you. But Mr. Ryder, much against his will, I must add.
Thank you, Chan.
Mr. Ryder says that upon looking out window, he saw you on balcony at the same time as murdered woman.
Oh, that's quite possible, Mr. Chan. I did step out onto the balcony for a few moments while the plane was landing. But it was too cold. I remained less than a minute, I believe.
But you did not tell us that before. Can you give reason?
Yes, I can. Ever since this this murder happened, I've been thinking in terms of what happened when we heard the shot. It was before the shot that I was on the balcony, and it nearly escaped my memory.
I see. Oh, well, we'll not detain you longer, Mr. Ryder. I wonder, would you be so kind as to mention to Mr. Ward, our host, that we would like to see him?
It'll be a pleasure, Mr. Chan.
Ryder sure doesn't like you, Inspector.
So seldom people having something to conceal do like policemen.
I have a confession to make, Inspector.
Ah. I'm so glad that you saw your way to making it without suggestion from me.
What was that?
You refer, of course, to the fact that you warned Miss Beaton about Mr. Ryder's statement while escorting her to study?
Yes, Inspector, I know I shouldn't have done it, but, well...
I am not reproofful. It was in my mind that you should do so when I asked you to bring Miss Beaton. It was Mr. Ryder's face I wished to study.
Did you learn anything?
Impossible at this moment to say. Now, Miss Beaton, real reason this time, if you please. Why did you not tell us you were on balcony?
Real reason? But I just told you.
Reason you gave, dear young lady, was sufficient for purpose of answering before Mr. Ryder. But for purpose of assisting us, Mr. Holt and me, in solving mystery, no, not quite enough.
But honestly, really, Mr. Chan...
One moment, please. Perhaps it will be easier if I explain you did not mention that you saw your brother.
You knew?
I surmised. Your brother, furious at Landini sending for Ireland, was standing outside house. He showed his anger quite plainly. You saw him. You also saw Landini. You thought it possible that in fit of unreasoning rage your brother might have killed Landini. So, you tried, loyally to shield your brother. It was unnecessary gesture.
You mean that my brother could not have killed Landini?
At moment of which you suspected him, he could not have done so. You see, angle of bullet disproved that. But, of course, about angle of bullet you do not know. That does not preclude suspicion of your brother at earlier time. But I only wish to show you. Please be honest and open with us. We have only desire to help you.
I'm so sorry, Mr. Chan. I really am. And ashamed.
Come in. Oh, Mr. Ward and Mrs. O'Farrell.
Yes, sir. I was bringing Mrs. O'Farrell with me to see what you would like to eat. You've both been at it for hours without a stop and without eating. I met John Ryder as I was on my way up. He said you wanted to see me. Have you learned anything?
A little, Mr. Ward, but so little. Mr. Ward, we sent for you to ask this question. When you were on way to turn on landing lights, did you pass anyone in hall?
Why, I don't think so. You see, I went down the back stairs. As you know, I met Cecile.
Yes, of course. But think, it is important. Did you see Dr. Swan or Mr. Romano?
Yes, I remember Romano. He mentioned something about Ireland coming so close to the house as to nearly take the roof off.
And that's no lie, and it isn't. He came so close to that back wall, you'd think he was trying to land on the balcony. And Cecile down there in the kitchen stairs, madder than a hornet at the way her husband was a-carrying on, showing off for Landini. Begging your pardon, Mr. Ward. But that's the truth, and it is.
So, Mr. Ireland came so close to back wall as to almost touch balcony?
That he did. Landini standing there a-waving at him.
You saw her?
Well, just for a minute. A dinner like that's no joke, as I told you. And I didn't have any too much time for looking at flying machines.
Madame Landini was still standing on balcony when you went back to kitchen?
Well, then, now when you mention it, she stepped back into the room kind of sudden-like, if you know what I mean.
I think so, yes. Thank you, Mrs. O'Farrell. That will be all at present.
Thank you kindly, sir. Oh, and what will you have for lunch?
Well, we shall leave that entirely in your hands. There are none more capable, I'm certain.
If you don't need me for anything else, why...
Not at all, Mr. Ward. Thank you so much.
I'll go with you, Mr. Ward, if Mr. Chan doesn't want to ask any more questions.
At present, no, Miss Beaton.
I'll see you later, Miss Beaton. Leslie. So, Ireland, eh? Coming close to the balcony. The bullet was fired from above, completely drowned out by the noise of the motor.
Precisely, Sheriff. I think if Mr. Ireland does not return by night from Reno, we will be put to distressing necessity of going after him. Yes, Sheriff. If Mr. Ireland, Wonder Pilot, does not return, we shall most certainly have to follow him and return him to scene of crime.
While I recognize that Ireland did sweep close to the house and did have an opportunity to shoot Landini from the plane, still, do you think he had enough motive?
Motive in different people is very different things. Motive, which might motivate you to laughter, might in other persons motivate to crime of killing. This killing, obviously committed in heat of passion. Therefore, the person committing murder did so while unbalanced, even so slightly.
Yes, that's true, all right.
Unfortunately, yes. Person who takes life of another is unbalanced, except when person does same in duty.
Lots of murderers, though, have thought they were killing from a sense of duty. Might be that in this case.
Then if duty were considered motive, we should be forced to look toward who?
Yes, Ah Sing and Leslie, Miss Beaton.
That is right. However, to return to Wonder Pilot Island, it is possible that from his position in plane, assuming that he is not murderer, it is possible, I think, that he may have seen something which will be important clue. Come in.
On a posse, Mr. Ward already go Lino. Anything you like to say or ask him before he go away?
I do not think so, Ah Sing. I had lengthy talk with Mr. Ward. Nothing more to be added, I think.
Missy Beaton, she speak to me that suppose you're not so much busy, she like to say something.
Yes. What else, Ah Sing?
Oh, me all the time at work. So much work in this place. But me summertime I look to see Missy Beaton. She's scared. So much scared, you know. So much frightened.
Again?
Have her come to study, Ah Sing. Yes. Better that you accompany her, Ah Sing.
Oh, whatever you say, bossy, me do. Mr. Ward, he speak to me, help you all at one time.
Very good, Sing. Bring Miss Beaton here.
Yeah. Quite a sudden change in Sing's attitude, eh, Inspector?
Indeed, yes. He who acts for the Emperor is the Emperor. Mr. Ward's courtesy and helpfulness now descend like mantle upon the shoulders of Ah Sing.
I'm sure anxious about this Ireland business. If he's gone for good, I mean.
Then matter will be in hands of government state. Mr. Ireland's failure to return could only be construed as one thing, guilt. The sheriff.
Yes, Inspector?
Perhaps it is that. In this case, we are like persons who cannot see trees because of thickness of wood. Perhaps there are so many clues that we cannot find essential clues.
Essential clue, eh?
Yes. Expression of my friend Inspector Duff of Scotland Yard. One essential clue, he say, always more important than many non-essential clues.
Go on, I'm waiting.
Think, Sheriff. Red lid on yellow box. Yellow lid on red box. Pink scarf with green costume. Miss Beaton's scarf in dead woman's hands. Maybe?
Yes, maybe.
Maybe person we so diligently but hopelessly seek is person of very poor eyesight.
Doggone it, Inspector, I'll bet you've hit it. Now, let's see. Who wears glasses? Ireland doesn't.
No. If that remark I made were correct in diagnosis, Mr. Ireland would be eliminated. Flyer cannot have poor eyesight.
And Leslie, she doesn't wear glasses.
Nor Mr. Romano, who reads musical which for conductor requires very good eyesight. He does not wear glasses.
Probably Leslie. Come in.
Me bring you, Mrs. Beaton.
Oh, come in, Miss Beaton. Sit down in this chair. It's more comfortable.
Thank you, Mr. Ho.
You like to ask me any more questions, Mr. Chan?
I do not think so, I think.
Oh, what's the matter, you? You don't like asking me, I think? You know see Cecilia backstage?
No, I think. Aku dah sinja tu single aga.
What is some hole ka sini pa hotoy la ha?
That sounded funny. What was it, Inspector Chan?
I reminded Ah Sing that even parrots can learn sayings of Confucius. The same are repeated sufficient number of times. And Ah Sing reply, but Ah Sing, you repeat, please, in English.
Miss Vicky, suppose you pull it so many times, tail feather of parrot, by parrot he bite. Yes, no?
Ah Sing, before you go, I have only one question to ask.
I think he listen. What should I like to know?
Have you anything to tell us that you have not told us?
No can tell. The very poor policeman. No sorry what kind of question you like to ask it. Me no can say. Not see nothing. Me go another bedroom.
Yes, yes, Sing. I know. You go another bedroom for blanket for little dog trouble. That will be all, I think.
Little more, you come on lunch. So much you work in this place. More better you come on lunch in this time quick.
We shall pay due attention to your reproof and come to lunch when chime sounds, yes. I'm going to think you got to
Oh, Miss Beaton, Ah Sing told us that you were frightened again.
I am. My room was searched.
What?
Yes. I had made some notes, written down everything as well as I could remember it, so that if I were brought to trial, my attorney could have the benefit of the notes. You understand?
Doggone smart thing to do.
Extremely so. Continue, Miss Beaton.
The notes are gone.
Gone, eh? Now, who would do a thing like that?
Same person as perhaps opened letter addressed to Mr. Ryder.
Meaning perhaps that Mr. Ryder was telling the truth after all.
This invasion of Miss Beaton's personal affairs would tend to make it appear so. When did you discover your loss, Miss Beaton?
This morning. I sat down to add something.
And that something was, Miss Beaton?
That last night, very late, or early this morning, I should say, I heard Ah Sing arguing with someone in the passageway.
Oh, you probably heard Inspector Chan and me talking to him.
No, I heard that, too. That was before that.
You do not know whose voice you heard? It is important, very important. Perhaps, who knows, most important clue to date.
No. I admit that I tried to recognize it, but I couldn't.
Listen.
A plane.
Can it be Ireland?
Yes, it is. Look over the lake.
Come, we will go to meet him. Miss Beaton, we will lay a little trap, you and I.
Oh, yes.
One does not catch butterflies with mouse traps. You will again write notes, but this time tell no one. I will do telling.
I guess Ireland's landed. I don't hear the plane.
Oh, it is you, Monsieur Holt and Monsieur Chan.
Indeed, yes, Cecile. You came to welcome your husband.
Mais oui. But yes, I have plenty to say to him.
Hi, everybody.
So, this time you do not make the circles, the dives, the loops. You do not make the show off. For why? There is no Landini. Why you no make show same as before?
Why, before... Well, I saw someone standing on the balcony. I came down to see who it was.
You know only too well who it was.
Now, how could I? I thought maybe it was you. So I dropped down as close as I dared. Then I saw it was Landini.
So then you did the stunt around. Risked the neck to give her the thrill.
Now, listen. I circled the field a few times to get my bearings.
Oh, did you think the field was on the roof? You are one big fool. You are what you call infatuated with Landini. Reckless. Risk the life for her.
I tell you, I was looking for the landing field. Then the lights flashed on.
But did you land? No, you stunt again.
Listen, I know what I was doing. I don't need any backseat driving.
Your pardon, Mr. Ireland? You circled the house how many times?
3 times, Inspector.
You saw Madame Landini 3 times?
No, only twice. The last time I circled, she had gone.
You do not have to tell that. We know it. When she had gone, there was no more looking for the landing field. No more of the stunt. You land.
Landini was my boss. I was earning my pay. She didn't mean a thing to me. You were just jealous, madder than a wet hen.
Mad? Yes, I was mad. My husband carry on like fool. Oh, I was mad enough to kill her.
Cecile!
Indeed, yes. Cecile. Come, please. So sorry. But I think it's better you accompany Sheriff and me to the living room. Thank you so much.
Well, Cecile's fiery temperament and quick tongue bring suspicion upon her. But we must not forget that Leslie Beaton saw Cecile leave the study, but did not see her return. We'll have to wait and see what Inspector Chan makes of this latest discovery. After you have heard from your sponsor, Inspector Chan will be with us again. Well, Inspector Chan, what philosophical saying have you for us tonight?
I have been thinking of Cecile.
Yes?
Indeed, yes. Ancient saying has it that there is no such poison in the green snake's mouth as in jealous woman's heart. Also, person's most formidable enemy, his own quick temper and too ready tongue.
Very true indeed, Inspector Chan. I'm sure everyone agrees with you. Thank you, and good night.
Honor as well as pleasure, Mr. Wilson.
Welcome back. Do we have enough suspects yet? We've got the ex-husbands of Landini, which in many mysteries would be enough, but then we also have got Miss Beaton, Singh, and now we have the pilot and the pilot's wife. Are there any I'm missing? While the discussion between Chan and the sheriff is interesting, I'm kind of questioning his logic when he's saying that this was a crime of passion and suggesting that the pilot might have done it. Because if it was the pilot, it is not a crime of passion. If he flew a mid-1930s airplane near the house, took aim out the window and killed Landini, that is a cold and premeditated crime. And not to mention kind of impossible to pull off while flying the plane. Now, maybe had an accomplice, but even then it seems like that person would have to be a crack marksman. It's just a very hard way to commit murder. Still, there's a lot going on in this process. We have Inspector Chan laying all kinds of traps and casting all kinds of suspicion. So there's a lot to come, and I really look forward to what's ahead. All right, well, listener comments and feedback now. And we go to Spotify, and Charles writes, has Charlie Chan ever been played by an Asian actor? Every iteration I know of has had a Caucasian actor portray the role. Well, thanks so much, Charles. Appreciate the question. And of course, that's a really controversial aspect of the character in the series. Because when people think of the Charlie Chan series, they think of I think around 40 films where you have Warner Oland, and then Sidney Toler, and then finally Roland Winters, all Caucasian actors in the role of Charlie Chan. Then there was a TV series starring J. Carrol Naish, who was also Caucasian, and then you had a 1970s TV film starring Ross Martin, and a 1981 movie starring Peter Ustinov. But there were a few cases of Asian actors playing the part. The first 3 films featured Charlie Chan, featured 2 Japanese-born actors and 1 Chinese-American actor. George Kua played Chan in the silent film The House Without a Key, and Sojin Kamayama played him in The Chinese Parrot. Both of those were silent films that are considered lost. The first sound film was Behind That Curtain, and it starred E.L. Park, who was a Chinese-American actor. I did actually see Behind That Curtain, and it definitely doesn't have the feel of the typical Charlie Chan film that people came to love. Chan was referenced early in the film and then showed up with 15 or 20 minutes left to go. It was much more of a crime film with Charlie Chan as a supporting character. The other time that an Asian actor portrayed Charlie Chan was in animation with Key Luke, who played number 1 son in the 1930s Chan film and the later 2 films, playing Charlie Chan in the Hanna-Barbera animated series The Amazing Chan and the Chan Clan, which I always thought crossed over with Scooby-Doo, but I think that's kind of a Mandela effect, because I can find no record of that happening. Although it also might be the fact that the Chan Clan had a van called, of course, the Chan van, and they also had a dog. But at any rate, yes, there have been some Asian actors to portray Charlie Chan. But thank you so much for the question, Charles. Now it's time to thank our Patreon supporter of the day, and I want to go ahead and thank James. James has been one of our Patreon supporters since October 2022, currently supporting the podcast at the detective sergeant level of $7.14 or more per month. Thanks so much for your support, James. And that will actually do it for today. If you're enjoying the podcast, please follow us using your favorite podcast software. And if you're enjoying the podcast on YouTube, be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and mark the notification bell. All those great things that help YouTube channels to grow. We will be back next Tuesday with another chapter in this story, but join us back here tomorrow for Broadway's My Beat, where...
Go ahead, Mr. Goodwin. We left Chinatown, and we were riding along. I was watching the street signs go by, 31st Street, 32nd Street, 33rd Street.
I do that myself, Mr. Goodwin. Go ahead.
Well, around about 35th Street and 1st Avenue, I saw a murder.
Go ahead.
It was in one of those houses, and I remember to observe something.
And what was that?
The house was on the right-hand side of the street going north.
What did you do when you saw this murder, Mr. Goodwin?
What does a responsible citizen do when he sees a murder while he's riding on a bus? He tells the bus driver.
And what did the bus driver tell you?
Exactly what an irresponsible bus driver always does. He said he had a schedule to keep.
Pardon me, Mr. Goodwin.
I hope you'll be with us then. In a moment, we're going to bring you this week's installment in the Charlie Chan series. But before we get started, I want to encourage you, if you're enjoying the podcast, to follow us using your favorite podcast software. And I want to encourage you to check out our other podcast. And this week, I'm highlighting Public Domain Video Theater. You can view episodes at videotheater.greatdetectives.net, in the Apple Podcast Store, on our YouTube channel, now on Spotify. It's the companion podcast to this one, with public domain TV shows and movies. Most recently, we have an episode of Dragnet, which guest starred Lee Marvin. So check that out, videotheater.greatdetectives.net, and check out all of our podcasts at the Great Detectives of Old Time Radio website. But now, from 1935 or 1936, here are the next two chapters, Blindside and Blackmail.
The most delightfully fascinating character in the realms of mystery, Charlie Chan. As Charlie Chan's investigation of the murder of Ellen Landini proceeds, suspicion falls in turn upon Ward, Ryder, Dr. Swan, and Romano, all ex-husbands of the opera singer. Suspicion falls, too, upon Leslie Beaton and her brother Hugh, also upon Ah Sing, servant to Ward, whose activities the night in question were most unusual. Ireland, Landini's pilot, could have shot Landini from the plane as he landed. And while Inspector Chan is questioning him, his wife, Cecile, taunts him with stunting his plane to give Landini a thrill. Ireland retorts, "You were mad with jealousy." Cecile says, "Yes, mad enough to kill her." Inspector Chan, accompanied by young Holt, the sheriff, leads Cecile to the living room for further questioning.
Cecile, I am fully understanding in matter. You may have said I was mad enough to kill her, as merely, shall we say, figure of speech. But other police, you understand, will not be likely to view speech in similar manner.
Oh, I did not kill her, Monsieur Chan. I speak wild. I was excited. It was, as you say, manner of speech.
Mr. Ryder, you were looking from window. Did you see Cecile outside house?
I did not. And not only that, I saw Cecile coming down the stairs to the upper hall after the shot was fired. She could neither have been outside nor in the study when the shot was fired.
You are forgetting something, Mr. Ryder.
And that is?
I think it is well, Sheriff, that we impart facts to the entire group. Perhaps this will lead to further elucidation. Will you be so kind?
You see, Madame Landini was dead before that shot was fired.
What was that you said?
Landini was killed about 4 minutes before you heard the shot. The sound of the real shot was drowned by the noise of the airplane motor. The shot you heard was a blind to mislead.
Somehow I don't know whether or not to believe that.
Somehow, Mr. Ryder, makes little difference. Your belief. We are dealing with things as they were.
Monsieur Chan, I can explain every little thing I did. I did not kill Landini. I was sad. I told you before. She sent me her blanket. I do not go. I hear my husband make the stunt over the house. I know he do it for her, Landini. I stand weeping on back stairs because she see me. Landini was killed even 5 minutes before shot. I could not do it. I was gone from study more than 10 minutes. Dr. Swan, he see me downstairs when I placed some more fruit in the bowl in dining room.
That is perfectly true.
And Mr. Ward, he meet me on back stairs when I go to kitchen. Mr. Ryder, he see me when I come downstairs after shot. How could I make what you call murder? And I saw Cecile when she left the study.
You have many champions, Cecile. That is reward for cheerful countenance and bright spirit. Do not spoil saying by such hasty, ill-timed outbursts as, "I was mad enough to kill her." That is all now. You may go to your room. Thank you so much.
So, Miss Beaton, you saw Cecile leave the study.
Yes, I did, Dr. Swan.
One
I
moment.
saw you-
One moment, please, Miss Beaton. Dr. Swan, can you remember what you did see as you looked into study?
I wasn't in the study, and
I did not say you were in study. I said, what did you see in study?
I didn't even look in the study.
Mr. Ryder, what have you to say to that?
You must have forgotten, Doctor. I saw you looking into the study, and you turned and went down to the living room.
You must be mistaken, Ryder. I did not look in the study.
Mr. Sheriff.
Yes, Inspector?
My request that you take Miss Beaton to study. I will join you in a few minutes.
Sure thing. Come on, Miss Beaton.
You are not going to tell me, Dr. Swan, that Mr. Ryder was entirely mistaken?
I don't know what you're driving at.
You are not going to say that you were never near study?
That is exactly what I'm going to say. I'm sorry, Ryder, but you were mistaken. Or else you were trying to put the blame for the murder on my shoulders.
Don't be a fool, Swan. Why should I say I saw you if I didn't?
Please, gentlemen, remember that he who would throw stones must first reflect upon safety of his own house of glass. Dr. Swan, Mr. Ryder's statement is corroborated by another witness. Someone else saw you at study.
Who? Who else is lying about me?
No one is lying, Doctor. There's no accusation attached to being at study. That is, there was none till you so vehemently denied same.
Now look here, Chan. I don't intend to be...
Dr. Swan, let me give you a piece of advice. He comes too near to guilt, the empress who is tried. He comes too close to same, the emperor whose faulty rule is much denied.
Are you inferring that...
Nothing was inferred, my dear doctor, if you did not bring upon yourself by too fervent denial of inconsequential facts. That is all, doctor, at present. Thank you so much.
By Jove. Well, I'll be. Holt.
Holt? Sheriff?
The old sheriff, young Don's father, coming up the terrace. How are you, Sheriff?
Well, good evening, John Ryder. I recognize your voice anywhere. How are you?
Oh, fine, old chap. Except for this enforced idleness while they investigate this murder. Oh, this is Inspector Chan, Mr. Holt.
Yes, indeed, great pleasure, Mr. Holt. Much honor. Your honorable reputation is on lips of all domiciled at this place.
Shucks, Mr. Chan, my reputation ain't nothing alongside of yours. Is my boy still here?
Yes. Present moment he is in study. Shall we join him?
If you don't mind.
To be as you say. Be pleased to take my arm.
Thank you, Mr. Chan. I used to know my way about the Ward place pretty thoroughly. But it's been some time, and...
Yes, I'm fully understanding, Mr. Holt. When one's eyesight is not as good as it used to be.
Oh, shucks, Mr. Chan. I ain't touchy about being blind. Not now. Time was when it irked me to be reminded of it. But, oh, well, a fella gets used to it in time, and I've had lots of time.
Terrible pity, though, Mr. Holt. Wealthiest mandarin who is blind would gladly change places with lowest coolie for opportunity to see.
And that's no lie, Mr. Chan.
Perhaps, yes. I think it better we will knock before entering study.
Come in.
Dad,
Why, hello, son. I thought I'd better run up and find how you're getting along.
Oh, Dad, this is Miss Leslie Beaton.
Glad to meet you, indeed.
I'm very glad to meet you. Here, won't you sit in this chair?
Yes, thank you, Stephen.
I know you want to discuss lots of things. I'll go downstairs.
Before you go, Miss Beaton, remember our secret. You write again these notes. I will tell one by one persons in this house that you have done so, and we will wait results.
You don't need me for the next 10 minutes, do you?
No extreme necessity, no. You wish to...
I thought I'd take Miss Beaton out and show her around a bit.
Yeah. Splendid suggestion, indeed, yes. Good for both of you. Run along.
Well, I guess my boy told me most of the developments over the telephone this morning. Anything else to add, Inspector?
Not much. No one has alibi, but then, too, no one very much more motive than other. Mr. Ward, of course, would be least likely, since his only hope of tracing possible son was through Landini's help.
Yes, the boy was telling me about Ward hearing that Landini had a son by him. Anyone else know about that son?
None but Cecile, who told Ward in first place, and Romano, who was lying.
I guess you and me, Mr. Chan, think along about the same lines in a case like this. Ain't got much use for science myself. I study people.
Fingerprints, ballistics, and such, Mr. Holt, I agree. Not so much use in tracing criminals, but very useful in obtaining conviction.
I understand you didn't get much from our Singh.
Afraid not. I have lost tact with our Singh. I traveled with current. I was ambitious. I sought success. And for what I have won, I have paid the price. Am I accepted American? No. Am I Chinese? Not in the eyes of our Singh. But he who chooses in freedom the path, he must follow it to the end.
I wonder if you'll understand. I've been a friend of R. Singh for 50 years. I'd rather cut my tongue out than say a word against him.
Yes, of course.
But duty's duty, and it's my boy. You understand?
Yes.
I've been sitting here pulling something off the arm of this chair. Here. What is it?
Sort of a light, hairy fuzz.
And the color, man, the color.
Blue. Blue. Same as blue from blanket.
Blue. Landini sent our Singh for a blanket. He came back with a blue blanket for the little dog. He came back after you had found the body. You sent him away with it. Did he lay the blanket down?
No, Mr. Holt, he did not.
No, Mr. Sam. That time he didn't. But God help me, that blanket has been in this room before.
I'm afraid so, Mr. Holt.
I can see it all. He fetched the blanket, found Landini alone, laid the blanket down on the arm of the chair, killed Landini with her own gun, tidied the place, mixed the lids on the cigarette boxes. Did I tell you why he did it? Why he killed her, Mr. Chan? Because he, too, knew a Ward's boy. He did it because of his love, his blind devotion to Dudley Ward. Here, put this fuzz in an envelope and we'll compare it with the blue blanket later. But it ain't really necessary.
Quite, Mr. Holt. I'm afraid it's not at all necessary.
That missing son of Dudley Ward was the first thing I thought on when my boy Don told me of the details. You see, I know the ways of these old Chinese with the boys of any family. Year after year, I watched old Singh looking out for Dudley Ward and his brother, a-cooking and a-slaving for 'em from the cradle to the grave.
Then, Mr. Holt, you are fully appreciative of my feelings in this matter.
Yes.
I come to find view at Mr. Ward's request to help him find his son. I stay to witness, almost, murder of Landini, woman who bore that son. And now I am face to face with stern necessity of arresting a loyal servant, a faithful friend, one of my own country.
I ain't sure that I blames our Singh so much. He is about his beloved master's son, a son that he should have had the honor and pleasure of raising for Dudley. Here's Landini refused to tell of his whereabouts. He sees red. Furious, he hates with a killing hate. Opportunity, and he kills Landini.
Yes, Mr. Holt. And even Mr. Ward does not realize what was going on in that old Chinese head. But Ah Sing did not follow his thoughts to their logical conclusion. So often that is way. He who diverts irrigation stream to ruin neighbors' watermelon patches oftentimes forgets that in so doing he deprives himself of water necessary for irrigation of his own watermelons. Sing forgot. In killing Landini, he did away with only chance of finding that boy he so much wished to raise.
And 9/10 of the murders committed are committed by people who regret it after the smoke was cleared away. Yes, Mr. Chan, it was Singh who come in here and killed Landini, and I would almost have hung myself before I said it.
Must admit that I have similar feelings.
You reckon I'm right?
I very much fear that you are.
One more thing before we send for that boy of mine to make the formal arrest. I notice a change in his voice.
Yes?
Yes. He speaks of Miss Beaton, but he thinks of Leslie. He's all I got, Mr. Chan. And, well, he's not accustomed to women folk from the city, and I'd hate to see him hurt. Maybe a word from you would...
In this case, Mr. Holt, your fears are groundless. She is lovely in heart as well as in look. She has been accustomed to sacrifice. She has raised younger brother, and she has...
Here they come.
Did not hear anything?
My ears are my eyes.
There, come in.
Well, we had a grand walk. That's what we both needed.
Yes, I didn't realize it, but it is what we needed.
Fear of possible reprisals all dissipated, Miss Beaton?
No, I can't say that. Well, after all, it isn't exactly pleasant to have been in the room next to the murder and to feel that you are watched, your personal belongings stolen.
Say, what are you two looking so solemn about?
You know what I said to you this morning, son?
You mean about our Singh? Yeah, but you're all wrong.
Just a minute. You know that our Singh appeared right in this room right after the murder?
Of course.
And that he had blue blanket for little dog Trouble?
Sure I do.
Well, if I was to tell you I found blue fur from that blanket on the arm of this chair here, what would you say? You'd say that the blanket had been in this room before our Singh appeared with it, wouldn't you?
I might. Again, I might not.
What was that you said?
I'd say that the blanket might have been brought into the room after the murder.
But you and I know that Ah Sing did not lay the blue blanket down on arm of chair when he appeared in room. I sent him away. He still had blanket in his hand.
Yeah, but you're both forgetting one thing. When we carried the body, Landini, out of the room, we wrapped her in blankets. Blue blankets they were, too. And it was Ah Sing who fetched them for us.
Boy, I ain't never been so proud of you afore.
Oh, I'm so glad. I couldn't think of kindly old Ah Sing committing such a horrible murder.
Mr. Sheriff, I take metaphorical hat off, very thick head, in admiration for your ability to so thoroughly clear atmosphere.
Well, I guess, Mr. Chan, that we kind of wandered into the wrong pew.
Wrong pew, perhaps, Mr. Holt, but maybe correct church? Who can say?
I tell you, doctor, I said nothing of the sort. I will not what you call tolerate this. I speak to Inspector Chan.
Seems to be some sort of trouble.
Ah, Inspector Chan. Dr. Swan has been accusing me of saying that I saw him at a study.
Be so good as to come inside and close the door. Thank you so much. Mr. Romano, Mr. Holt, Father Sheriff, Dr. Swan.
It is a pleasure. Glad to know you.
Sit down, please. What is nature of disagreement?
Dr. Swan is telling me that someone beside Mr. Ryder say he was at a study. I tell him, what about it?
He asks me, what about it? Here I am practically accused of this murder because I was last one seen at study.
So sorry, Dr. Swan, that you jumped to such hasty conclusions. It is common fault, but particularly bad one in man of medical profession. Suppose you diagnose angina pectoris as acute appendicitis. Pretty serious blunder, no? Better that you leave diagnosis of this case to sheriff and your humble servant. You see, Doctor, Other people beside you were seen to leave study. Mr. Romano here.
But I never deny that I went to study. I never deny that I speak with Landini.
Right so, Mr. Romano. But you really never did explain why you went there.
I tell you before, I go to plead with Landini. I tell her you cannot afford a new husband this time. I tell her you have not the money to keep up payments for settlement you make with me.
And does that explain the money missing from Landini's handbag?
Indeed it does. I hear aeroplane approach. I know Landini. She rushed to window to see plane. I plead with her. She open hand the bag. She throw me the money. She say, take this. I will send more from Reno. That is all.
So sorry, Mr. Romano, but it is not quite all. You left Landini alive?
But certainly. If I had not, I should have said so.
How long after leaving study did you have to wait before hearing shots?
I cannot be certain. Time has ceased to move for me. I am broken-hearted. I still love Landini. She treats me shamefully, throw me off like what you call it, old shoe. But in spite of her faithlessness, I still love her. That voice, that glorious voice. What could young Beaton do with that voice? Nothing. He's a baby. Landini needs a stronger hand. Me, I can handle her. I say young Beaton, nothing but a passing fancy. That is all.
And you, Dr. Swan, have you made up your mind to tell us that you were in the vicinity of the study a few minutes before a shot was heard?
I was not. I had nothing to go there for. I was ready to leave the house. Did not intend to stay the night.
Come in.
Mr. Chan, I've been doing some work on the plane. I ought to take her up. Thought if there was anything I could do over in Reno, say, it's not much of a hop in a plane.
Not at the moment, Mr. Ireland. But your appearance is most timely. Well, it is said, patience and the ripe melon will fall of itself. You came at the precise moment I was about to send for you.
Yes? Anything I can do?
Mr. Ireland, night of your arrival, night of Landini's murder, people in house all flocked to meet you when you landed. Your wife, Cecile, Mr. Hugh Beaton, Mr. Ward.
No, Mr. Chan, not all of them. Mr. Romano didn't. Miss Beaton didn't. Swan didn't.
I should say not. You know what I think of you.
And it's no secret what I think of you, Swan.
No man can look forward to meeting with chauffeur who loved to his wife behind his back.
Oh, is that so? Why, you... If it wasn't for Miss Beaton here, I'd tell you what I think of you, you rotten blackmailer.
That's a lie!
Oh, no, it isn't. They'll find it out sooner or later. Blackmailing Landini for years.
Yes, Mr. Ireland, what for? For what did Dr. Swan blackmail Landini?
I don't know. But I know for how much. $250 a month. At last she couldn't pay. She told me. I told her to tell that buzzard to scram. And I guess she did. From the looks of what happened to her that night.
Blackmail. Somehow the word has a vile flavor, not too much different from murder. But Inspector Chan, with an eloquent wave of the hand, has dismissed everyone from the study. We'll know more when he has thought more upon this latest development. After you've heard from your sponsor, Inspector Chan will favor us again. Well, Mr. Chan, what piece of Chinese wisdom can you impart to us this evening?
I have been pondering Dr. Swan's unforgiving blackmailing propensities. Blackmail is more than crime. It is also sin. To be entrusted with secrets is to be honored. To betray secrets is to blacken heart with badge of dishonor. But to blackmail is cowardly act to which lowest snake whose belly drags the ground would not descend.
Very truly spoken, Inspector Chan. Thank you, and good night.
Welcome back. I forgot Miss Beaton's brother in the census of suspects from last week. What can I say? You're bound to forget somebody in this group. I don't think the pilot's wife did it, although I could be proved wrong. I did like Inspector Chan saying in his own inimitable way, come on, we're having enough going on here without you having some ill-advised outburst. I also liked when he talked about his experience of being caught between two worlds, not really fully accepted or at home either in Chinese circles or in mainstream American society. That sense of not fitting in and not being at home is a beautifully relatable idea, and it's true for a lot of people. There are some folks who live like that, and then there are others who will kind of twist themselves into whatever shape it takes to fit in and adopt all the ideas and practices that are associated with the identity that they most want to be at home with. And of course, there are people who tend to fit into whatever group you're talking about. And there can be this rigidity of demanding that everybody who wants to fit in and wants to truly be treated as an insider conform to every whim of their group thought. And so many people do find themselves in that situation where you're either true to who you really are or you put up a false front to fit. It's a pretty deep idea for this series, and I can't recall ever having seen it explored in any Charlie Chan film, although I don't claim to have seen them all. Though it has to be said that after that, he and the old sheriff went completely off the rail. They developed this deep theory of the psychology of why Ah Sing committed the murder, even though it didn't make sense for the goal that he was supposedly wanting to succeed. You know, and this was the old sheriff who said he didn't care for evidence like fingerprints. He's just kind of like, I'll literally grab a thin thread and form an entire case on the base of it and conform my understanding of reality to it. Fancy policemen and their fingerprints, they don't have anything on that approach to evidence. I do seriously wonder how much Chan might have believed what he was saying because of the way Connolly played it. You could interpret the situation that Chan let the old sheriff go off just so his son could correct him, and he could be proud of his son, rather than being somewhat shamefaced at being told by a famous detective that he got it wrong. Because if that's not what happened, it's a bad leap of logic into wild speculation that could have been avoided by paying attention to the facts. Well, now it's time to thank our Patreon supporter of the day, and I want to go ahead and thank MCF, Patreon supporter since March of 2021, currently supporting the podcast at the Master Detective level of $15 or more per month. Thanks so much for your support. And that will actually do it for today. If you're enjoying the podcast, please follow us using your favorite podcast software and rate and review the podcast wherever you download us from. We'll be back next Tuesday with another installment in the Landini murder mystery, but join us back here tomorrow for Broadway's My Beat, where...
Why didn't you and Mario get married? You'd have been fine for him.
I would have. I asked him to marry me a lot of times. Mario wanted to, and we could have on his police pension, but he had to take care of his family first, he said. His father, his sister, they came first with him.
Yeah, they would with Mario. Must have been tough for him after he got wounded on the force.
It was. Mario was a proud guy. Not everything was good enough for him. That's why it made me feel good. Mario loved me.
What'd he do before he got that job in the furniture factory?
We tried to get other jobs. There weren't any. He didn't have to work. We could have lived good on his pension and me working, but Mario had to keep Christina in that fancy boarding school, help his father.
His friends during that time, who were they?
His father, his sister, me. Not whoever it was robbed the payroll at the factory, if that's what you're trying to say.
The night of the robbery, where was Mario?
He was with me. He left this post and came to me.
Maybe he went somewhere else first. Maybe he was in on the robbery and then came to you for an alibi.
You told me you knew Mario. You lied. You lied in your teeth.
The factory where he worked, Carrie, where is it?
The Paul Dinsmore Furniture Manufacturers in Brooklyn, Mr. Clover. You'll get along good with Mr. Dinsmore because he thinks Mario robbed him, too.
Carrie.
Get out of here, Mr. Clover. That's all I ask of you. Get out of my sight.
I hope you'll be with us then. In just a few minutes, we're going to bring you this week's episode of Charlie Chan. But first, I do want to encourage you, if you're enjoying the podcast, to please follow us using your favorite podcast software. And I also want to encourage you to check out our other podcasts. And I want to take this opportunity to announce our Amazing World of Radio Summer Series, which begins on May 28th. Every Wednesday at amazing.greatdetectives.net, we will be bringing you the Summer of Robert Louis Stevenson. We are going to feature some of the greatest adventure stories ever written. Among them, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, Kidnapped, and of course, Treasure Island. But there is so much more. There are some really interesting stories that he wrote, both short stories and novels. And there were so many great old-time radio adaptations. We're going to be playing so many series. I'm going to really have a blast bringing this to you. And I hope that you will be listening, again, starting on Wednesday, May 28th at amazing.greatdetectives.net for the Summer of Robert Louis Stevenson. Now we are ready to listen to this week's episode of Charlie Chan. Here now is A New Corpse and Fear in the Night.
The most delightfully fascinating character in the realms of mystery, Charlie Chan. At Pine View, Dudley Ward's home, Landini, the famous opera singer, has been murdered. Charlie Chan had gone to Pine View to assist Ward in persuading Landini to tell of the whereabouts of a son born to her after she had left Ward. And now, the Honolulu detective finds himself involved in a baffling murder mystery. Suspicion has fallen on everyone in the house, but now points very definitely at Dr. Swan, ex-husband of Landini and accused by Ireland of having blackmailed Landini. Inspector Chan and young Don Holt, the sheriff, are discussing the situation, and Holt says that he believes a warrant for Swan's arrest is their next move.
I am much in agreement with you, Sheriff. I think that some definite step should be taken against Dr. Swan.
In the first place, he insists on denying that he was near the study. Well, 2 people saw him, and if he wasn't trying to hide something, why should he deny it?
Precisely, Sheriff. Aware of him, whose denials precede his accusation, and we are compelled to admit that man who practices blackmail will find step to murder a victim, not very big one. Yes, I believe that wisdom dictates that tomorrow morning you get warrant for his arrest.
Come in.
Yes, I sing.
Oh, and anything you like to have before bedtime, huh? Or maybe you know Corpose. You all the time awake.
I do not think there is anything, Sing. You have taken admirable care of our needs during Mr. Ward's absence.
Oh, yes. And the bossy, he speak to me. I sing, you no take a number one care of Mr. Chen. Me box your ear when I come back.
When will Mr. Ward be back?
Oh, maybe tonight, maybe tomorrow. No can tell.
Ah Sing, do you know anything at all about the son, Mr. Ward's and Landini's?
Me? No. Oh, I think a boss he crazy. I know think a Landini have son. Cecily, she mad, that's all. She tell a boss that a crazy story because she mad at Landini.
Perhaps. Well, Sing, I do not think there's anything else. We will go to bed in a few minutes.
Oh, yeah. Me forget. Mr. Lyda, he like to speaky with you, he say.
Then ask him to come to study. That will be all. Thank you so much.
Oh. Good night. Oh, hello, Mr. Dayton. You like to come and study?
Thank you, yes, Austin. Well, I rewrote these notes, Mr. Chan, as well as my memory serves me.
You left them where?
Lying on the writing table in my room.
Splendid. We shall see whether or not one of the oldest known tricks in catching criminals will in this instance be successful.
It's getting pretty late. Don't you think you ought to be getting to bed?
I suppose I should. But I can't drive away that fear. That horrible feeling that something is wrong. That something is going to happen.
Be pleased to come in.
Well, I'll go now. I'll see you in the morning.
Now, please don't go on my account, Miss Beaton. What I have to say can be said before anyone.
Then sit down and stay a few minutes. Perhaps it'll help calm you down.
Yes, Mr. Ryder. What can we do for you?
You can do a lot. I've got to get back to my business.
I'm so sorry, Mr. Ryder. Conversation along these lines is impossible.
You mean that we've got to stay here until this mystery is solved?
Either solved or given up altogether.
You do not find Miss Beaton complaining? Yet I'm certain that she has as much real necessity for getting away from this place as you, Mr. Ryder. Tell me, as long as you are here, do you still say that you know nothing of Mr. Ward's son?
I told Dudley that first night when he asked me I never heard of his son.
I thought perhaps that possibly from something you knew, you were sparing his feelings.
No. Most emphatically no. I never heard of his son. That's all. I'll bid you good night.
It is all. Present, Mr. Ryder. I think perhaps our thing was right. Time for all to go to bed.
I know I'm plenty tired. Come along, Miss Beaton. I'll see you to your room.
Good night, Inspector.
Good night, Miss Beaton.
Good night,
night.
Oh, Inspector Chen.
Yes, Mr. Romano? Can I do something for you?
Is it possible that I can see you in your room for a moment?
Indeed, yes, Mr. Romano. Step inside, please. One moment. I find light switch. There.
Do you not object if I close the door?
Certainly not.
Mr. Chen, how far is this a matter of a solution of a murder travel?
So far, we have been ringing wooden bells, although tonight we have made decisions of importance.
You mean...
Yes?
Swan?
Yes.
Mr. Chen, wherever I go, I am a watch. Every corner I turn the prying eyes. Can it be that I have given you valuable clue, a clue which you yourself do not realize points to guilty person?
It is within bounds of possibility, Mr. Romano.
Please hurry. I know if you do not find the murderer quick, it will be too late. Someone else will be killed.
Indeed, I think you are unduly nervous, Mr. Romano. However, do not fear. We shall use all possible speed in apprehending murder. That was all you wished to say?
Yes, that was all. Well, I bid you good night. Wait, I hear someone outside the door.
You are mistaken, Mr. Romano. There's no one here. Good night.
Good night, Mr. Chan.
Leisurely, Charlie Chan begins to remove his clothes. The old-fashioned grandfather's clock on the stair landing chimes 2. Outside, a high wind drives the whirling snow in countless eddies. But inside the house, warmth, quiet.
What was that? Back door closing unless my ears deceive me. Perhaps better that I again dress and investigate. Yes, better that I investigate.
In a few moments, Charlie Chan is dressed. A few running steps down the back stairs, and he opens the back door.
Now, if only flashlight works. Footprints in newly fallen snow. Shall I waken Sheriff, or... No, I will report in detail to him in morning. Footprints quite clear, going in direction of roadway. Well, whoever it is does not have very great start. Light. House. Old house pointed out to me by Mr. Ward as unoccupied. Yes? Yes. Footprints lead to back door.
Quietly, Charlie Chan opens the door. His flashlight shows a muddy footprint on the bottom step of a flight of stairs. Quickly, silently, keeping close to the wall, he runs up the stairs. He pauses on the landing. Hears the sound of heavy breathing. Someone standing in the hall beneath him. For a moment he hesitates. Then, his mind made up, he throws himself upon the shadowy figure standing in the hallway.
Good heavens. Inspector Chan.
Alas, Sheriff, at night all cats are black.
I'm sure sorry about this, Inspector. Of course, I never guessed. I hope I haven't hurt you much. How do you feel?
How does Sparrow feel who has been hit by a cannonball? A little disturbed. I shall survive. I'm delighted that we met, although much disparaged manner of our meeting. This is something strange going on here in this house tonight.
I reckon there is. I was sound asleep when I heard...
Quickly, follow me. I have flash.
Sounded like it came from the back of the house.
I'm certain of it. Here's back door which I entered. Footprint was here, now gone.
Yeah.
Door is locked, and outside.
Yeah, the front door is locked, too. I know it. I tried it. We could get out from the balcony upstairs. It's only a jump to the bank on the west end.
Come, then. We must hurry. I followed footprints up these stairs, came to stairs, note that none came down.
Then somebody's still up there.
I'm fearful of that. It is as I thought. See? Footprints lead up to door.
Yeah.
And door is locked.
Well, we already owe the owner for that lamp we smashed downstairs. We might as well do a little more damage. Stand back. So, someone lying on the floor.
Afraid not someone, Mr. Holt. Something.
Who is it? He's got on a big overcoat I don't recognize.
It is Dr. Swan. He is dead. Yes. Quite dead.
Yeah, Swan, all right. Must have been killed instantly. Well, exit Swan from this murder case. I wonder what it means.
It means, I believe, the blackmailer has met with obvious finish.
Yeah, but it kind of upsets our calculations. Yeah, we were all ready to arrest him for the murder of Landini, and doggone if he doesn't go and get killed himself. Shows that we were all wet.
Not exactly, Sheriff. Facts be analyzed. They tend in directions of proving that we were very close to edge of being right.
Well, I'm sure glad to know that we were near right.
Permit me to what the French call reconstruct murder of Landini.
I'm listening.
Night of murder, Swan hovering in hall, waiting to go to study to have last words with former wife. He accidentally is witness of killer, if not of killing. Suppose he learned who killed her. Would such man go to police? I think not. He sees instead new delightful pathway of blackmail opening before his dazzled eyes.
Sounds reasonable, all right.
I think it happened so. Suppose, then, that he comes down here tonight to receive first installment of his wickedly earned money, and receives instead bullets from desperate person who cannot pay, or who, knowing that demands will be endless, will not pay.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what happened, all right.
Yes. From murderer's point of view, that would be wiser course. I cannot truthfully say that I disagree, cannot altogether say that I regret untimely passing Dr. Swan.
Neither do I. I never did like him. And a blackmailer. No, the world's better off without him. By the way, what started you off to come down here?
In process of removing clothes, I heard back door closed. I followed footprints in snow.
Back door?
Yes.
And I followed footprints from front door.
One of us followed murderer, the other followed Swan. Quickly, Sheriff. We must go. We are again guilty of carelessness.
I don't get you, Inspector.
Quickly. A little Kukua.
Kukua?
Little Kukua, help to open this window. While we engage in death struggle in hallway, murderer was standing, listening, watching perhaps. He slipped through our fingers and... Not very big jump to bank, as you said. Come, I shall hold flashlight.
Okay.
Yes, my friend, if you follow murderer, then I followed Swan, or vice versa. Let us place large order for sackcloth and ashes. You and I, my boy, walked within few feet of murderer we so hotly seek.
Yeah, and he's got a fine start on us, too.
Man inclined to exercise would not have to look further for a nice pair of dumbbells. Pardon vile slang which I acquire from my children now being beautifully educated in American schools. Come, we must search for returning footprints.
Now, there they are. It'll have to be a quick job. It's starting to rain. Spring coming, and I can't get overjoyed at the prospects at all.
This spring will be a happy one for you, nevertheless. Look, Sheriff. Footprints. They do not go to roadway, they go
to the edge of the lake. Yep, and they disappear. The fellow must have had a boat.
Sorry to be in disagreement, Sheriff. Murderer, no matter how powerful, could not carry boat on back. Not boat which would stay afloat in waters of such turmoil as these tonight. No. Admit rather that he went into water and walked along edge of shore.
Then you go one way and I'll go the other. We'll find out where he stepped back onto the shore.
Afraid not, Sheriff. Murderer has too much time. Besides, my somewhat ample girth precludes such lengthy walks in water. No, afraid not.
It seemed like the only chance.
Do not worry. There will be other chances. No matter how often the fox returned to his den after raiding chicken coop, in the end he is killed by watchful farmer. Our murderer has now 2 crimes dogging the footsteps of his conscience. We shall win.
But I don't see a starting point at all, Inspector. We're just as far from a solution as ever. And another murder to solve to boot.
But we do have starting points.
Where? I can't see it.
We are dealing with murdered man who was blackmailer.
Yes?
Then in order to pursue his nefarious trade, it is necessary to have person worth blackmailing.
Oh, I get you. Had to be someone with enough money to make it worthwhile.
Most assuredly. Otherwise, Swan would have reported murder. This is always predicated upon thought that our theory is the correct one. Here we are at Pine View. Hope the murderer did not lock the door behind him when he returned to the house.
He didn't. The door's open.
Quietly now. I open bedroom doors as we go to study. Quick flash of light to see whether or not any awake.
Our murderer's had plenty of time to get into bed and pretend to be asleep.
Unfortunately, yes. Quiet, please.
Who's that?
Mr. Ryder, awake?
Yes, I'm awake.
It's very late, Mr. Ryder. Or early, perhaps, is more correct.
I know perfectly well what time it is. I've been awake for an hour. What's the idea of scaring the wits out of everybody this way?
What do you mean, Mr. Ryder?
You, Holt, leaving the house in the middle of the night.
So sorry, Mr. Ryder. The detective is not in control of sleeping hours.
Does a detective's job call for leaving the doors open so that the wind about blows the house inside out?
What door, Mr. Ryder?
The front door.
I closed the front door.
Mr. Ryder, will you join Sheriff and me in study?
You'll have plenty of company there without me.
Precisely what do you mean, Mr. Ryder?
You'll find Miss Beaton, Romano, and Oz Singh shivering in their boots, scared to death.
I do not insist that you join us, Mr. Ryder. Good night, and thank you so much. When entering study, Sheriff, look for signs of wet feet.
Don't worry, Inspector. I will.
I observed some light study doors open.
Oh, John! Sheriff, we wondered what on earth had happened.
I should say so. Inspector Chan, before I tell you tonight, some things have happened in this house.
Yes, Mr. Romano? And what has happened?
Oh, Miss Beaton, sit down beside the fire. There's nothing.
Yes, Mr. Romano. What has happened?
You ask me what happened. I am awake when the bedroom door burst open. I get out of bed. I admit I am scared. I light a light. I find Mr. Ryder in the hall. Miss Beaton also. We go together down the stairs and find the front door open. Mr. Ryder, he goes to your room. No Inspector Chan. Then we go sheriff room. No sheriff.
Ah Sing, you have said nothing. Tell me, Ah Sing, how did you get your feet wet?
Well, what's the matter? May get my feet wet outside. What do you think?
Obviously, Ah Sing, you get your feet wet outside. But what were you doing outside?
When me go outside, look, see where a man who leave front door open, go to. Plenty snow outside. I think go around the house, get them feet plenty wet.
Right so, Ah Sing.
Yeah.
Plenty wet feet, got. You will all have to be told sooner or later. We, Sheriff and I, have been down roadway to unoccupied house adjoining Pine View. We found Dr. Swan murdered.
Oh, I knew something was going to happen. I thought...
What did I say? It is not safe to keep us here in this house with a murderer ready to kill us one by one.
Hi. What I say before. Policeman come, if his own work for policeman, he come so. Or more better I go telepathy right away quick.
Mr. Ward, he has returned from Reno?
Oh, so. Why did he come back a little while ago? Oh, me think maybe he leave a front door open. I speak to him, he say no. He fix him good when he come in.
There is no need to disturb him now, I think. He's probably tired. And waking him will not help solve murder to Dr. Swan. Please do not worry. From now on, sheriff or self will mount rigid guard upon all staying in this house.
Better to make arrangements to get us all away from this place. Not one of our lives is safe. And you, Inspector Chan, the closer you come to finding murderer, the more chance there is of your being another of his victims. Yes, and you too, Sheriff.
No, don't say it. Don't even think of it.
Come, Miss Beaton. Leslie, Romano's making things out worse than they are.
I agree with Sheriff. Better that you all go back to bed. One word with you, Sheriff, before you go.
Yes, Inspector. What is it?
Our first duty tomorrow morning. This morning. For I see it is almost daylight. To find out who had keys to empty house. That person is murderer.
After the night's adventures, we feel that both Leslie Beaton and Romano have some justification for their fears. Will Inspector Chan be able to find who had the key to the empty house? Only time will tell. After your sponsor has delivered his message, Inspector Chan will be with us again. Well, Inspector, what do you have for us this evening?
Untimely death of Dr. Swan is still uppermost in my mind, Mr. Wilson.
Naturally. You have something along the lines of that thought?
Yes, Mr. Wilson. Animal that lives in caves and only ventures forth to prey upon sheep in valleys cannot expect help of sheep herders when attacked by larger animals desirous of possessing said cave. So with criminal who goes against laws of society. He cannot expect society's protection when, at the last, he desires same.
Thank you, Inspector Chan. And good night.
Welcome back. Well, a bit of uncharacteristic action for Charlie Chan. The ending part with the keys does give a hint as to why the novel and the play were called The Keeper of the Keys. I will say that since reading that Ah Sing is 70, it does change a whole lot how I view the character. I mean, I hope that Ah Sing was telling some joke. Sincerely hope that Dudley Ward is not threatening a guy in his 70s. I also do feel at this point that the request by Leslie and Mr. Romano to leave is kind of reasonable. The only good reason to stay, and it's not a good reason really, is genre conventions. This is an old house mystery. You have to stay near the old house. But genre conventions don't generally hold much water with most people. It seems like they could all go stay in hotels around Lake Tahoe, not leave the state or anything. But there's no reason for them to hang out around the house. Though, of course, if they are all off at their individual hotel rooms, would be possible for a killer to pick any one of them off. Although I don't know how comfortable I would be if I were one of them with Inspector Chan's, and that he and the sheriff will take turns guarding everyone if, I'd known that they just kind of Keystone copped each other out in the snow. Now, as I'm recording this is the first episode I recorded since I started reading The Keeper of the Keys. Now, of course, I gave initially a long synopsis, which, if I remember, I'll go back and delete after an amount of time, as I'll add that to the very first episode, at least here on the podcast. I did have some additional impressions on the novel and what we've heard on the radio show. While a lot of investigative details and the way they were explained were changed, I think that there was a pretty big rearrangement of a lot of details of the investigation fit the radio format. There were actually a few passages of the book that we actually hear completely word for word as they were written in the novel. And so much of the conversation between Charlie Chan and former Sheriff Holt were verbatim, including Chan's musing about his own place in the world, which I think reflects the sort of person that Earl Durr Biggers was, in that he created this character and he wondered about him. He wondered how he related to the world and felt about his place in it. I will say, as I think about it, I wonder about that scene in the novel. I've not actually finished the book. I'm going to be reading through it a little bit at a time. I don't want to read the final chapters until we really are getting towards the end, but I will have some thoughts on what I read in the book. I will say that where I got to in the novel was before Dr. Swan was murdered, although reference had been made to the blackmail. Dudley Ward in the book seems to think that the blackmail was tied into his son, but it occurs to me that Landini is the type of person who might have had many reasons that she might be being blackmailed, not just one. Now it's time to thank our Patreon supporter of the day. I want to go ahead and thank RB, Patreon supporter since September 2024, currently supporting the podcast at the Master Detective level of $15 or more per month. And that will actually do it for today. If you're enjoying the podcast, please follow us using your favorite podcast software. And if you're enjoying the podcast on YouTube, be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and mark the notification bell. All great things that help YouTube channels to grow. We will be back next Tuesday with another episode of Charlie Chan. But join us back here tomorrow for Broadway's My Beat, where...
This way, Danny. That car parked over there.
What happened?
A boy and a girl. You'll see. Him?
How bad?
I'm no doc, Danny. Ambulance is on its way. Lost a lot of blood. When I found him, the car was open. The boy's position like he was trying to get out of the car.
What about the girl?
4 shots from up pretty close, looks like. Dead.
Uh-huh. Motive?
Like I said, I'm not a doc, but it wasn't robbery. Here, wallets from both with just the amount of money you'd expect neatly dressed kids like that to have. Identification, too.
Let's see. Boy's name, Ted Forstek. Girls, Ruth Ballard. Both kids, both of them. Just touching 20.
There's something else, Danny.
What?
Other side of the road. Come on.
Somebody picked a nice secluded place for killing him.
Yeah. This road's blocked off, Danny, but kids slip around wooden roadblocks. That makes it a lover's lane, makes it more thrilling.
I hope you'll be with us then. In the meantime, send your comments to box13@greatdetectives.net. Follow us on Twitter at Radio Detectives. And check us out on Instagram, instagram.com/greatdetectives. From Boise, Idaho, this is your host, Adam Graham, signing off.